the loudness and the energy, I just couldn't believe it.
I love the energy of the crowd. Let's go!
I'm gonna keep burying you in the ground as fast as I can and as deep as I can.
I enjoy when things get a little saucy.
Give me a freaking break!
Every match you play feels like it's the finals.
Fire, you want fire.
And that's what the fans want to see.
That's what intense tennis is.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from the magnificent Intense Arena in Decatur, Georgia, where tonight you're not just watching tennis, you're witnessing a new engagement model, a new competition model for the sport, a brand of tennis that is reimagined for a modern sports landscape. Welcome to the Intense League. Welcome everyone. Well, we're gonna have Team Tampa taking on the host Jacksonville. I'm your host, J.Y. Obone, alongside Irina Falcone-Harman, as we have a historic kickoff weekend for the Intense League. I have Yelena Labat, the Tampa coach, joining us before the big match. Welcome, Yelena.
Thank you so much. I'm really glad to be here.
Well, we're glad you're here. Thank you for giving us a few minutes. We're going to get down into the teams and the rules that fans are going to need to know as we get into today. And we are a team format league. 6 players per team, 3 men, 3 women, all on one court. But how is that going to work? Well, we're going to have the men's singles format for 30 minutes, women's singles for 30 minutes, and then all 3 doubles formats for 30 minutes as well. And the host team, Jacksonville, gets to choose who starts first, and we'll get things going with the men's singles match today. Now, what's going to make this very different than anything we've ever experienced before is substitutions. That's right. Each team gets an unlimited amount of substitutions at any point in time. So if a player gets hurt, they can take a seat, the teammate jumps in, the clock keeps rolling, the show goes on. To spice things up just a little bit more, servers are only going to get 1 serve and 1 toss per point. They do win that point, they get to continue serving. 14 seconds in between points, and when you combine that with true server's pace, we're going to see a lot of fast-paced action and very few towel breaks. Coaching is allowed at any point in time, and thanks to our friends over at Bolt 6, we're going to have electronic line calling. When we get down to the scoring of all of this, it's going to be as simple as it gets. You win 1 point, it counts as 1 point. You hit a clean winner, it counts as 2 points. Whichever team accumulates the most amount of points at the end of the day wins. That's it. No sets, no games, just non-stop action where every point counts. Yelena, welcome to the Intense League.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yelena, talk to us about what it's been like trying to get ready for this historic opener. It's different practice, different fitness,
Yes.
I imagine.
Yes, we for sure. Actually, the girls, we work on the serve. Especially, it's super difficult to have only 1 serve. But right now, when we're gonna have the switch, they also plan to switch more when they return than instead of serving because they feel more comfortable. So we also analyzed that like the last couple of days. We also saw that some guys were feeling better against some guys in Jacksonville, but no the other one. So we also like trying to do some strategy over there. Like 1 player can play only 2 guys, no another one. Like they have the preference to try to win the most points.
Yeah, that's the benefit of those Friday
Yes.
afternoon trials. They play one-on-one, we get to see each other. But I gotta know, don't worry, we're not gonna tell Jacksonville. Is there any practice with the underhand serve at all?
Yes, some of them, but also drop shot a lot. The underserve, they still have to work on, honestly. So it's more Adam that been here for like the all season that knows how to use it, but we still have to work on that like for the next few weeks.
Is there another rule that you guys have really talked about a lot? We have a lot of rules, timeout, substitutions. What's another one that you have practiced and talked about the most?
Honestly, that was also the 2-point winners. That we said that whenever they get a lob, to don't let the ball pass if they think that it's gonna go out, because just take the risk, because it can be super close and you can have a 2-point winners if they just let the ball bounce, and it's a big risk. So we prefer them to do overhead, swinging volley, whatever, but hit the ball.
And how about substitutions, right? You have a great team top to bottom. How do you manage that? Have you had those conversations about when and how that's going to be managed?
So it would depend also, like, when they give me a sign, if they feel tired. As soon as I see them like pretty pumped and like energy-wise really good, I won't just like let them play and just keep going. But if I see them a little bit down, like inside of themselves, like I would just switch around, and they're okay of me calling it. Like we make a choice of no questionable, like just and like listen and do it, so it will be easier for everyone to catch up like that.
But that's great that there is some communication from both, but you, coach, you got the authority.
Yeah, exactly.
You can
so
tell you're out.
We agree on that, and there is a really good chemistry. We also have Sion today that decided to buy a band for everyone, so everyone is wearing it, and the captain, Adam, is wearing the pink one to represent the captain.
And let's talk about that. I think one of the cool things that I've seen in the couple of days that we've been here, even before we got on, you know, I'm in that group chat, I see the team chemistry.
Yes.
You guys are doing this all together, going to dinner, you have your little inside jokes.
Exactly.
That's got to be fun.
That's what we're trying to do. We all have a different personality, but we're trying to get like dinner, lunch together, hang out, even like stretching. Anything that we can do together the few days before was, I think, really helpful for yesterday. Like they won the single match, but today is gonna be way different. I just hope like they're gonna keep doing that bump. It's super useful to have a good chemistry in the team.
And what's that like for you? Played at Columbus State, had a lot of success there, but that was individual. You still have the college team, but this is as team as it gets with the substitutions. Everybody's playing together, cumulative score. And you've played some pro events, and that's individualistic, that were outside of the Intense League. But now you get to here, and it's really all together. One bench there the whole time. What's that experience been like?
It's way different to be like a player and a coach. But honestly, they help me as well. Everyone is super nice and listen whenever I'm saying something. So that works perfectly. Like as soon as I get the respect from them, and I give them my respect as well. I'm actually one of the youngest almost, and it works perfectly. Everyone is on their page, players, coaches, and captain. Also Adam has a big position here. He's been here for a long time, and they listen to him as well. So no, honestly, the team is great, and I hope it's gonna be the same for a few weeks later.
Well, age is just a number. We thank you for giving us a few minutes. You got a big match coming up. We're going to let you go. And when we come back, we're going to have Irina Falcone-Harmon, co-host, but also guest coach today, talking to her about her experience and what she's looking forward to.
Hey, it's Trent from Team Atlanta. If you want to watch Intense, you got to know the rules because it's different from the tennis you're used to. Let's go.
Intense is a team sport. Each team consists of 6 players, 3 men, 3 women, roll on, roll off, substitutes all throughout.
Each Pro League duel is made up of 3 matches, men's and women's singles, men's and women's doubles, and mixed doubles.
Each match is made up of 3 10-minute bolts with shot clocks in use. Each team has 2 timeouts per match.
We have easy-to-follow numerical scoring with 1 point for a regular win and 2 points for a clean winner.
1 toss, 1 serve. Once the ball is in the air, you got to hit it, make it, or lose the point.
The server sets the pace. Returners must be ready, and there's a maximum of 14 seconds between points.
Bolt 6 electric line calling will be overseen by Intense officials.
At the end of each match, the highest score wins. A deciding point will be played if teams are tied at the final whistle of the final bolt.
The team with the highest aggregate score at the end of the final ball of the final match is declared the winning team and takes home the cash.
Got it? Good. Enjoy the matches.
The loudness and the energy, I just couldn't believe it.
I love the energy of the crowd. Let's go!
I'm going to keep burying you into the ground as fast as I can and as deep as I can.
I enjoy when things get a little saucy.
Give me a freaking break!
Every match you play feels like it's the finals.
Fire. You want fire.
And that's what the fans want to see.
That's what intense tennis is.
Welcome everybody to the cutting edge Intense Arena. I'm your host JY Obona for today's historic opener for the Intense League. I got my co-host, celebrity. Fans wanted to talk to you after your performance today against the challenge team. Irina Falcone Hartman, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. It's nice to actually not be on the court now. I get to just sit back and enjoy the show.
So what has it been like? You know, we've been talking about this for weeks, building you up to this, but now you got to experience it firsthand.
Honestly, I don't think anything could have prepared me for that today. That was just so much fun to see how the team got together, and we were a bit of an underdog story. And to just go out there and compete the way they did remarkable, and they fought so well. And I think that they really brought the energy out, and the fans were engaged. It was just a really fun experience, I think, for everyone.
So you have played at the highest levels of the highest levels, the Grand Slams. So you've seen it all. You've seen the team formats, Billie Jean Cup, and now you come into this. What has it been like to see something that is, it looks like tennis, but it can also feel so different?
It definitely felt like tennis to me, just because I know that everybody was so involved to win. The team was just so animated. Everybody was really energetic. And from the moment we literally got on the court, I made sure to tell everyone, you have to bring the energy, because once the energy is felt on the court, I think our opponents felt it, the fans felt it, and it was just so engaging, and they just did such a great job. I loved it, every second of it.
How much does that team dynamic, even from the players that are not on the bench, because for those fans that are watching this for the first time and haven't checked out our preseason matches on YouTube, go check them out, that, you know, this is literally a team format. It's cumulative score, men's, women's, all together. So even if you're not playing, your ability to win is dependent on that person on the court. So you have to provide some sort of energy.
Definitely. I think that was the biggest thing. There were a couple of girls that were waiting while the men were playing, and I made sure to tell them, hey, you got to get up, get in their faces, make sure that you're cheering them on every single point, because a teammate feels that. No matter what, how loud you are, that really does matter.
So you got to experience one of the different rules that we have, which is timeouts. Mm-hmm. Walk us through the importance of using those timeouts, and now that you got to officially coach in something, what suggestions you have for these coaches as they walk into their season opener?
I think the biggest thing for me personally was knowing that Emma Burgich and Tyler Stice, they were going to be playing a majority of the time today. And so being able to see, okay, are they getting a little bit of fatigue? Are they needing to have a break? Are they needing just like a moment? And I think that's where communication comes in, and that's where you just have to know your player. And granted, I did just meet the players just today, but I think from the get-go, if you just make sure that you communicate with them, I think that's the biggest thing for our success. That worked today.
So would you say that's the key thing, that you just got to get to know your players and feel them out and feel those moments?
100%. I think that was huge, and I think we had to get to know each other really quick. We had about an hour to warm up a few hours before the match, and I made sure to let them get to know me as quick as possible, and I tried to ask questions, tried to see as much as I could about their game, and so we had to be fast learners out there today.
What's it like with that one serve format? How do you manage that? Because it can be tough, especially if we don't really have a warm-up. You go right into and play, and so you don't have time to find that rhythm with two serves as it is in traditional tennis.
It was nerve-wrecking to watch. There were a few times where I saw that the rhythm just from both teams, it was just single fault, single fault, single fault. So what the biggest thing that we worked on today was just making sure to communicate, find your rhythm, you know, just make sure that you find that routine that you always stick with, and just find your breathing as well, because it can be a little bit easy to get carried away and want to rush to the next point, when in fact that's when you have to take your time and just really take care of the fundamentals.
So we have coaching allowed at any point in time in this. How do you manage trying to coach that with the clock and help them through those moments where they feel like they're going fast, and to help them slow down, because it can feel so fast. If it's fast for us in the booth, I can only imagine for the players with their nerves, you know, that they are just so lost at first until they settle in, for you to help them out.
Absolutely. I think that the biggest thing for me was I am surprised I didn't get like a suspended from being on the court, because I was practically in their face the entire time, just making sure I was communicating, hey, take your time, find your pace, find your breathing, because that's what happens. It can come so fast that breathing is so important, and people just sometimes, it's very easy to just forget to do it in a calm manner due to the intensity of the sport and of this league. And so I think that was the biggest thing, just making sure to keep the pace and keep looking at the clock, keep making sure that you're reading the game and just reading the vibe on the environment as well.
Well, let's talk about the teams that we're going to see tonight. We'll start off with Team Tampa, Trey Mallory, Sion, Ade, Souza. Talk to us as you got to come in yesterday. You got to see them play some matches. What are you looking forward to today from them?
I think the fact that they were able to get used to the court, they got a little bit of fan engagement yesterday. I think it's just going to be a very fun atmosphere. They've been here before, but this is a different arena. This is definitely a different vibe. It's indoors, it's loud, the music is going, and I just think that it's just going to be such a fun environment out there for both teams. And the fact that they were able to get a lot of play yesterday, a lot of singles play, it's just going to be a really fun match.
And now let's get to Team Jacksonville coming up. You know, Claudio Pistolesi, historic coach, has got all the experience. Annabelle Thomas, Christina Wozniak, Sam Nicholson. We watched them on this court yesterday as well. What are you going to look forward to from them?
Man, I really just think that Claudio is going to use that experience and the knowledge that he had from being on the tour for so long. I mean, he's a pro. He's a pro out here. I mean, he actually coached one of the players that was on my team today, and so we were talking all things NATO after the match. And you know, he knows what he's doing. He knows his players probably better than anybody out there, and so he's going to make sure to get the best out of them.
Awesome. Well, Irina, great to have you here in the booth. It's going to be a fun night as we talk a lot more about things that are going on the court. And now, when we come back, we're going to take a short break, but we'll have Luke Jensen, the third member of our team, the one and only. Can't wait to talk to him.
Tennis is alive. Don't believe the headlines, because the inaugural season of Intense is here, and it's loud, fast, and electric as Let's go! Intense is pro tennis sped up for a new generation of fans with attention spans that aren't exactly what they used to be. Let's go! A 14-second serve clock. No waiting for your opponent to be ready. Serve till you lose a point. And scoring features normal counting. No love, no deuce, just real numbers. Intense means more pace and more action, making matches absolutely relentless. In only 90 minutes, that's all.
Stick together, guys, stick together. All right, focus, focus.
We've got teams from Tampa, Jacksonville, and Atlanta, all with 6 players on their roster, 3 men and 3 women, because matches include men's and women's 1v1 in doubles, and we have mixed doubles. Points accumulate across each, so everyone contributes. And to house all of this energy, enter the Intense Arena in Atlanta. With music and lights, quiet isn't really a thing here. You want to stand up and cheer? Bring it whenever you want, however loud you want. Because if players and coaches are going to get into it,
there's no way we're going to lose this. Give me a freaking break.
Why shouldn't fans? That's Intense.
Welcome, everybody, to the Electric Owl Studios, where we have the Intense Arena here in Decatur, Georgia, where we have Tampa taking on Jacksonville. I'm J.Y. Obone, Irina Falcone-Hartman, as we have a historic opening weekend, and we got the third member of our team who's about to join us, Luke Jensen, the one and only, bringing us his energy and passion. Welcome, Luke.
Hey, man, this is unbelievable. It's a packed house tonight. It's going to be rocking the entire time. Both teams are ready to just kick it off and hit some winners.
All right, fans, here's your chance to win. All right, Luke, and what have you seen from the players today that you really want to see some adjustments from these coaches that are maybe learning from that challenge team match from today?
I thought it was fantastic to see a lot of adjustments by the players, understanding this one serve is massive. You can't start spitting out a bunch of faults and get behind early. It's hard to make it up. We saw the team earlier just play a challenger team led by Coach Arena, who just got behind so fast they couldn't make it up. Error after error after error. I think the coach are saying, listen, play within yourself. Let's make sure we play clean, longer points if we can, take the winner when it's there, but let's not get in a hole because we're trying to go too big too early.
So we got both teams on the benches, start to finish, true team format. How important is that team dynamic as they're supporting each other?
It's so big. In a game that is so cutthroat, our sport of tennis, win, lose, in or out. I mean, you're going home if you're out of the tournament. Here, your teammate, if you're playing like a dog, can substitute in for a little bit. If you're gassed, and we're gonna see a lot of this, the fast-paced nature of Intense, you've got to make sure you're recovering and going to the right side to return or the right side to serve and pick up the pace quickly. You can get on a roll where you can win 4 or 5 points in a row and then start really put a lot of pressure on the other side. The team is so important because they're on their feet. They're cheering you for every single swing you hit. And there's a lot of trash talking. Pay attention, everyone at home. This is not your country club tennis. This is not Wimbledon. This is Intense. You've got people booing you when you're trying to hit the ball, when you're trying to toss the ball. So a lot of the players in the previous match were saying, I could hear them, they had to block it out.
How tough is that when you are trying to prepare for that? Is that something you can practice?
That's a really good question. To me, you can put in noise and music and things, but this the live fire, right? Arena, you know this. You're at the U.S. Open. You're playing Arthur Ashe Stadium. All the money on the line, all the points on the line, all the pressure on the line. You get in a zone, and you start blocking out all those distractions, and you find your flow state. It's the same thing here, but you don't have 2 out of 3 sets. You got a 10-minute bolt to get your act together, or you're out.
No, I agree. I think it's completely different playing in the U.S. Open, Arthur Ashe, as you're talking about, but that's what makes this league so much fun. There were a few moments where during a serve, there's a couple guys that are, you know, they're sneezing and they're just doing the silliest things to try and get in the players' heads. Yes. And it makes it so much more interactive, and that's what makes it so difficult to play against. But hey, if you get a single fault, you're happy if you're the opponent.
Yeah. Yeah, Arena, when you were working with your team, it seems like they took on your grit and guts like you had as a player, but you did in such a short period of time. You came out with a lot of energy. Do these coaches have to do the same thing? Because to me, if you're flat, you're done.
I totally agree. I think you have to be almost overly energetic. I was saying earlier that I was surprised they didn't kick me off the court because I practically was on top of my players, just cheering them on, telling them little nuggets here and there, and just making sure they felt as though we were there with them every single point.
Yeah, the energy battle was clearly on your side from start to finish. And the great thing was they bought in to what you were saying, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's fantastic to see players respond. And it's going to be so important for all these players on the bench. You can't sit and get ready for the next bolt. You're in this bolt. You're in this point. Play the point right now, and you can be on your toes and ready for all the action that's about to hit you.
Yeah.
So, Luke, we know that in traditional tennis, it's very individualistic, understandable to be very about yourself. But here, it is such a team dynamic. How important is it for the players, even when they're not playing, to be selfless and still be ready and supporting their teammates?
Yeah, you'll see them on the bike. You'll see them doing practice swings, stretching out. They understand at any point they can be out there. Plus, they're playing with their teammate who's on the court, battling every single point, because that scoreboard changes every situation. If you're up, if you're down, if you're even, do we play more offensive? And I always think, Irina, did you feel around the 3-minute mark as a coach, did you feel this is where we had to make our move depending on the score in that bolt?
I think there were a few times where I had to be very strategic and tactical with my decisions. There were a few times where I saw the time and I would look at the player that was on the bench or on the sidelines and say, you got to be ready in about a minute because I might put you in. And so I think that's the biggest thing. You have to make sure you're communicating to the players that, hey, you might be on in 30 seconds. I need you ready to go. And so it's just that constant communication and a little bit of strategy goes into play.
And finally, your superpower is calling those timeouts. And that's going to be interesting how these coaches use their TOs.
All right, well, we're going to take a short break, but don't go too far because we are going to take a look at Martin Gutierrez and Nori Adam, the two captains competing tonight.
I'm Nuruddin Adam. I play for Team Tampa. One of my nicknames is Smiley. From Sudan originally. I have a big family. I have 4 sisters and 2 brothers. I'm very thankful for my parents because they did more than what they can just to make sure that we don't need anything. My history with tennis, it started with my grandfather who used to work as a caretaker at the tennis club. And back in the day, tennis always for like the high class. My family comes from a lower class, so there was no chance of me being here. My dad grew up and started working there as well. Gave him like a small house in the tennis club. And then ended up being a coach. Like he learned playing tennis, he learned all the techniques. The moment you were born, you start walking, here's the racket, the court is literally 5 meters from the house. So like, it's crazy because I think about it almost every day. Just me being here, like, what if my dad just decided to do something else? I was number 8 in Africa, playing 14 and under, and I get the chance to play the Masters, where like the top 8, getting my first ATP point at the age of 16. That's when I was like, oh, like I can actually like play. The journey from Sudan to the U.S., I've seen a lot of friends went to college in the U.S., so I'm like, okay, if they can be on full scholarship, then I can be as well. I think my mom is mad at me up to this day about it. There was something that was telling me it's gonna happen, but how, where, when, no clue. Started emailing schools, was getting responses like, oh, we have 50% scholarship, we have 30% scholarships, we don't have scholarships. I won't lie, like there was some days I would have some breakdowns. Like at night I'll be thinking, I'm like, what are you actually doing? Deep down inside, I only had one thing, like I'm going to the US, like I don't care. I sent out an email to a coach at New Mexico Military Institute. The coach responds, he was, unfortunately, I had one scholarship and I gave this guy an offer. A couple days later, I was sitting in the club with my friends. We were sitting at the table, talking, having a good time, checking my phone, and then it says like, congratulations, like the guy gave a scholarship, you know, didn't accept it, so I'm offering you a full scholarship. I remember I just got off the chair and started running home. You can see just like the vibe in the house just changed, flips like around. Everybody's like so happy. The love of tennis, like, I don't even know what to tell you. Every time I step on the court, it's just my happy place. I'm excited to be a part of Intense because you don't always get the chance to be a part of something that's just starting new. So it's definitely an honor to be part of it.
My name is Martin Gutierrez, and I play for Jacksonville. I chose to play Intense because it's that team format that I love. 2 points for winners. It just makes it more interactive, and I love the energy of the crowd. I started playing tennis here in Jacksonville. I was probably around 8 years old and worked my way up. Played at Barry University. I won with the team 4 national championships, 3 NCAAs. In matches, I definitely bring up the energy. I like to hit the ball hard, like to hit a lot of winners, run around the backhand. I came up with the forehand guy because I was coaching and playing. My favorite shot was the forehand, and then wanted to create a social media channel where I can motivate people, help people get there too. In all sports, I've always pushed myself to see how high of a level I can reach.
my zone. Let me into my zone. Let me into my zone. Let me into my zone. Please don't let me in.
Yeah. Gon' play that. Take you down, I'ma say that. Might need me a couple dollars. Telling you now this payback. So I take that. Ask them now what say that. I've been going to the top and I got what they not, so I know that they hate that. But I'm on now. All these lanes gonna zone out. And all these lanes gonna take what I did and they twist and they worse till I fall out. But I know that. So I keep what I'm doing cause I own that. And I stay in the lab and I kill everything, but I don't ever move. I'm a Kodak. So I'm gone. Finally back in my home.
The loudness and the energy, I just couldn't believe it.
I'm back in my zone now.
I love the energy of the crowd.
Let's go! Cause I'm back in my zone now.
I'm gonna keep burying you into the ground as fast as I can and as deep as I can.
I enjoy when things get a little saucy.
Give me a freaking break!
Every match you play feels like it's the finals.
Fire. You want fire.
And that's what the fans want to see you.
That's what intense tennis is.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from the magnificent Intense Arena in Decatur, Georgia, where tonight you're not just watching tennis, you're witnessing a new competition model for the sport. I'm your host, J.Y. Obone, alongside Irina Falcone-Hartman, where we have Jacksonville taking on Tampa. Welcome, Irina.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
We're excited to have you. We're excited to have everybody here, and we're going to get right into the rules that fans are going to need to know as we watch today's action. And we're going to start off with that this is a team format league. 6 players per team, 3 men, 3 women, all on one court. How is that going to work? We're going to have men's singles for 30 minutes, women's singles for 30 minutes, and all 3 doubles formats for 30 minutes as well. And the host team gets to choose which singles team starts off first, and the men's team will lead things off. Now, what is going to make this very different than anything you've ever seen before is substitutions. Each team gets an unlimited amount of substitutions, so if a player gets hurt or sick, they can take a seat, the clock keeps rolling, their teammate jumps in, the show goes on. To spice things up, players are going to get 1 serve and 1 toss. If they win the point, they continue serving. 14 seconds in between points, and when you combine that with true server's pace, we're going to see a lot of fast-paced action and very little towel breaks. Coaching is allowed at any point in time, and thanks to our friends over at Bolt 6, we're going to have electronic line calling. When we get down to the scoring of it, it's as simple as it gets. You win 1 point, it counts as 1 point. You hit a clean winner, it counts as 2 points. Whichever team accumulates the most amount of points at the end of the day wins. That's it. No sets, no games, just non-stop action where every point counts. Welcome to the Intense League. What do you think, Irina?
I'm just so excited to see the energy that's going to be coming from both the benches and also from the fans. That's what gets this party going, and that's what's going to make everybody just so alive tonight to really see some amazing action.
What do you think about these rules? Substitutions, timeout, which one are you really looking forward to?
I think that tactically the timeouts are going to be very important, especially just gauging to see how your players out there, and just maybe if they need a moment, I think that it's going to be very important just to see that communication from the coach and the other players, and the substitutions. The fact that it's unlimited, if you're not feeling well, if you see the momentum shift a little bit, that's when the coach has to just take initiative and just change things around.
And that the show goes on. We've all seen matches in traditional formats. Somebody gets hurt or in the middle of the match and they have to leave, and the fans are left with nothing left to see. But here, the show goes on.
And I think that that's what makes it so amazing. You're getting so much tennis in such a small amount of time, and it's great tennis at that. It's nonstop.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to start introducing all the teams here, and we're going to start off with Team Tampa as we get things going.
UNC Wilmington, huge Manchester United fan.
Sion Mendes, Sydney, Australia, and I play professional pickleball too. Fight me.
Nori Adam, FAMU, and I'm also a SoundCloud rapper. Played a lot of sports. They didn't make no sense, so I picked the tennis racket. It was more intense.
Sam Frizzell, Xavier University, and I can play piano, guitar, and clarinet at the same time. Kind of. Not very well, but we get it done.
Adesua Osibuhan, aka De Sosa, Northern Illinois University.
Alessandra Crump, Orange Park, Florida. I can hit a backhand at 88 miles per hour.
All right, well, that is Team Tampa, and now let's get to Jacksonville.
Max Benson, Presbyterian College, and I love bubble tea.
Martin Gutierrez, Barry University, and my favorite fruit is mango.
Sam Nicholson, UNC Wilmington, and I'm the first tennis player in my family.
Annabelle Thomas, the University of North Florida and Clemson University. And I played over 10 different sports growing up, and I could beat you at all of them.
Jacqueline Lopez, Rutgers University. I make the best chocolate chip banana bread.
Christina Wozniak, Mississippi State. I love bird watching, and storks are super cute, and they're my favorite.
All right, and that is Team JAX, and we got somebody who loves some storks there.
That's probably my favorite introduction out of all the members. That was fantastic.
I want to try some of that cooking from Jacqueline. Give me some of those banana breads.
Oh yeah, the banana chocolate chips. She's got to bring some in for the commentary crew next time.
Yeah, we got Sam, the multi-talented person over there. Music, singing, dancing, everything all at once. But let's go down to Luke Jensen, the third member of our team. Luke, how you doing, man?
It's loud down here, man. And it is a packed house. The teams are jacked up to get going. Look for a lot of winners. I mean, everybody's going to be just so ready to come out of this box to play this bolt with a lot of energy and a lot of firepower.
All right, man, this time to make some noise. This is Intense Arena. Let's go!
All right, well, we're about to kick things off here. Looks like we're going to have Nori Adam. Mr. Smiles over there smiling as he shakes hand with Sam Nicholson. Nori, the captain for the Tampa team. Sam Nicholson leading things off here, the UNC Wilmington graduate, who on the other side of the net has Trey Mallory, a former teammate. But we're going to take it to Sebastian Nunez for tonight's coin toss.
Be the first. I'll go ahead. It's heads. Team Jacksonville to serve. Good match, guys. Start right away. No warm-up.
All right, it looks like Team Jacksonville has won the toss, and they will serve things out. We're going to have 3 10-minute bolts here, Irina, and Sam is going to start things off. Let's see where these nerves, if they affect that one serve, one toss rule or not. You didn't know this was glow-in-the-dark tennis, did you?
That would be a lot of fun.
It's 7 p.m. Let's get the party going.
Yeah.
Here we go. Well, that is not the start you want from Nori Adam, but that is the opening point of the intense league. Sam Nicholson on the near side serving for Team Jacksonville 1-0. Nori Adam on the far side. Clearly going to want to try to find some forehands today for Team Tampa.
I love that early on, just getting the nerves out, just shaking things up a little bit.
And we see the nerves from both sides, right? So it's nerve-wracking. They've been waiting for this for a long time, but what makes this very different, you have the fans literally right on top of you. This court, the seating is built straight up, and like we were saying earlier, you can practice it all you want, but until you actually play it, it's different.
Yeah, absolutely, and the fact that you only get one serve, that's just another dimension of stress.
Big forehand there by Nori. Down 3-2. 9 minutes left in his first of 3 bolts in this 10-minute segments here. So 3 10 minutes make up 1 match. Nori would look at, is that a +2? Looks like it was. So if you hit a clean winner, it counts as 2 points, and now he's got the lead 4-3 as you hear the fans screaming. They can scream at any point they want here when they're about to serve anything. It is going to be some crazy action from outside the lines.
Earlier coaching, Tyler Stice was telling me, he's like, this is the most nervous I've ever been. The biggest thing, gotta get big targets.
Oh, he's letting it go. Oh, Sam looking like he's settling in. Christina Wozniak right there, jumping out of her seat for her teammate. +2 for Jacksonville.
Love to see that early on. That's the kind of energy that makes this league so exciting.
You can say intense. We're going to just do it all day long. Complete pun intended here.
Yep.
All right, Sam looking like he's settling in. 7 minutes, 45 seconds as we take a look at Claudio Pistolesi, the Jacksonville coach. He has seen it all until today. First time Intense League. We'll see how he handles things for his team there in Jacksonville.
Yeah, I think this is one of those things where right now, you see Sam Nicholson starting to get a little bit more of a feel. Nori had him from Tampa just making too many errors.
And there we just had a quick look at Yelena Labat, the Tampa coach, already communicating with her teammates. You brought up something earlier in the pregame, Irina, talking about breathing, and you saw right there Sam, first time playing, but not afraid of the clock, taking that deep breath to settle in.
Yeah, I think that's so important, and that's footfall, or maybe the clock ran out. Not really sure what happened there, but I think maybe just got a little bit lackadaisical there, just watching the clock.
So with Jonathan Stokey, we'll see if you want to take this on. So every time that we jinxed a player where we talked about them and gave them some compliments, it seemed like 95% of the time they made a mistake on the next point. So we said every time we jinx somebody, that's one push-up for that person that commentated it. So are you in?
I'm in.
Okay.
I'm in.
Going for the drop shot, first one of the day, and first substitution of the day on the far side. Sam Frizzell subbing in for Nori Adam there. They get an unlimited amount of substitutions, and Sam is in on the far side for Team Tampa as they are down 11-5, and Sam Nicholson is looking solid.
Yeah, I think that's such a smart play there by Coach Elena, just to make sure that, you see that the momentum is kind of going away from you. Just change it up. Give Sam Nicholson a different look.
I think that's one push-up for me, right?
I'm keeping tabs. We got to open up a file and just make sure.
You got a spreadsheet going.
Yep.
5 minutes less in this first of 3 10-minute bolts. Sam Nicholson serving on the near side. For those just tuning in, you win 1 point, it counts as 1 point. You hit a clean winner, counts as 2, and I think we have our longest rally of the day so far until I had to open my mouth. And then he just decides to go for a winner. But you see that +2 opportunity early in the match, you got to take it.
Yeah, it's interesting you bring up that point, JY, because you think that, okay, it's 2 points, it seems like a lot, but it really isn't, just because of how quickly things move along. And so it's a catch-22. Do you go for that winner, or do you just grind it out and just invest in those long points?
And for these players that are not used to this format, we are a brand new tennis league. It's different to see like an even 8 or 10 point deficit, and it might feel like a lot because they're not used to it. But how was it there for, well, you guys actually never got down today in the challenge team match. So how much fun was that?
It was a lot of fun. I think even when we were up with quite a bit, I still didn't really let off the gas, and I just wanted to maintain the lead because of how quickly it can go away.
And there we see Sam, you miss a serve. You only get 1 serve and 1 toss, so that's a fault. Point for Tampa. 15-7 for Jacksonville.
Yeah, there were a few times during the match earlier today when Emma Burgich was really investing in those long exchanges, because then she got a couple of freebies following those long exchanges.
We got just under 4 minutes left in this first of 3 10-minute bolts. We got some huge screens on both sides so the servers can see the clock, they can see the score, they can see the countdown and how much time they have left. And we got 3 minutes, 35 seconds, 17-7 for Jacksonville. Let's say 18-7, 11-point lead, biggest of the day. Sam's doing well, no substitutions needed on that side, though Max is looking like, come on, I want to play. And we see another substitution, Irina, on the far side. We see the third male member of the team, Trey Mallory. This is what it's all about. Trey and Sam played on the same team in college, but Sam always played above them. We're going to see who finishes out on top today. Looks like that was an ace. Big jumping kick serve on these gritty courts. Got away from Trey, +2.
It can be very difficult, you know, playing against someone that you know so well and someone that you're very close with. But there's money on the line. There's team wins on the line. There's a lot that they're playing for tonight.
Oh, there's Sam.
Huge.
We'll see if Yelena's going to use one of these timeouts anytime. So you get 2 per match. So in this men's singles portion, you're going to get 2 timeouts. No one's used one yet, but it looks like Yelena might be getting ready to call one.
There seems to be a little bit of a discussion right now between Yelena and Sebastian, but yeah, it's such a, there's lots of strategy that needs to be involved because
Sam looking really comfortable, and he comes in, he tries to go for the +2. He gets it,
great.
2 points there, 27-20. No, it's not 27-20.
27-7.
27-7.
Up by 20. I know what you meant. You're
you got me.
I got
you.
you.
Looks like Nori now back in. A lot of movement going on. We're talking about how I can't even count, and we got Nori coming in, captain back in to try to stop the bleeding a little bit. 27-8, Nori on the far side. Mr. Smiles there, bolt 6, our friends over helping us with the electronic line calling.
I think it's just so strategically smart from Coach Yelena just to be able to tell, okay, let's just keep changing it up until something sticks. And these courts are a little hard to get used to. The lighting can be a little bit difficult. There's the nerves. There's a lot that goes into this.
There we see the 1-serve rule come in play once again. We actually haven't seen too many of the faults, actually, but you miss the serve, that's it. You only get 1 up push up.
That's another one.
Sorry. Right. 2. 45 seconds. We see the screens light up yellow whenever we get under a minute here, so the players know we are running out of time. We still got 2 more bolts for the men, but for at least this 10-minute portion, we are almost done. And Sam's been playing the whole time, and you can see why. He's doing great. And so for those wondering, that ball was going out, but that was a +2 opportunity. Mr. Smiles over there saw that opportunity. He's like, I'd rather try to get 2, but that actually backfired.
Maybe aimed for a little bit too wide there.
What a swing right now. Sam is loosening up, going big. We need a radar gun in here. That was massive as he goes for with only 1 serve, and he is going to let the clock run out with a 33-10. What a start. That's one of the best starts we could have ever imagined from a player there. He just played great. I mean, Irina, as we take a look at some of these highlights, what did you think?
I just thought that from the very beginning, Sam was just ready to go. There were a couple of substitutions from the Tampa side, but it was all Sam Nicholson. Didn't matter who he faced there today. He was just ready to go. You could see Christina Wozniak just from the beginning, she was cheering him on very intensely. But it didn't matter who he played. He was just on fire, and that's, as a coach, you just have to let him keep it going. Keep hitting them winners.
And that's very dangerous when a server loosens up and starts to go for it and serves well.
No, absolutely.
Now, Luke, we got you down courtside there. How are things looking over there as you got Sam?
Looking? This guy's on fire right now. Dude, what'd you have for lunch?
Nothing. That's the secret. Nothing.
It's insane.
Gotta play hungry.
Tell us about this bowl.
I just made more balls. You make 1 more ball than the other guy and you win the point.
But the strategy, you were serving just on point.
I had coach
+1.
telling me go for a big target on the serve, you know.
Yeah.
Go for a big target, hit it a bit harder, you know, you can afford the margin.
And the energy, it seemed like you guys came out with a lot of firepower. I saw Chance before the match. You guys are really revved up.
Yeah, we learned from the other teams that played earlier. We saw that energy won the match, so let's repeat it.
Keep winning, man. Keep winning.
Yeah, let's go.
Back to you guys. Hey, when we come back, more intense tennis.
the loudness and the energy, I just couldn't believe it.
I love the energy of the crowd.
Let's go!
I'm gonna keep burying you in the ground as fast as I can and as deep as I can.
I enjoy when things get a little saucy.
Give me a freaking break!
Every match you play feels like it's the finals.
Fire. You want fire.
And that's what the fans want to see.
That's what intense tennis is.
And we are back here as we get ready to start our second of 3 10-minute bolts in this men's singles portion. Sam Nicholson, Team Sam, keeps going right here. What do we have over there? What happened?
There was a ball that was coming on the court, so they're going to replay that point.
I'm going to make a recommendation that we change the sound from something from like a 1990s cell phone to something a little more entertaining.
I was thinking about that earlier, too. I like that suggestion. It'll go in the box.
We got a suggestion box, front door, look at it, put it in. We're open to everything. We are trying a lot of new stuff here at the Intense League, and Nori's trying a brand new drop shot in. I guess it worked.
See, I don't know if that worked. I know he won the point, but I feel as though Sam gave him that one.
Very kind of him.
Yes.
He's a nice guy. I got to talk to him. The Brit there, graduate from UNC Wilmington, very nice. Wasn't very nice with his play in the first bolt as he dominated the Tampa team. 34-12 right now, 9 minutes left, 10 minutes total to play. All right, Claudio, you're down there with Sam just dominating things. Claudio, how's Sam looking for you?
Very good balance. Very good balance and a good rhythm. Rhythm is the most important here. It was good. That was good.
Are you just going to let him
stay
roll?
with the balance, this balance. Just to keep going and stay low, but now it's a bit distracted.
All right, well, we don't want to distract you too much. Thank you for giving us a few seconds.
Okay, take care.
Claudio's just locked in there. He is just locked in. You can just see it in his eyes. He has this look. Off the court, he's got these soft little eyes, you know, the Italianness, the espresso, but then he locks on that court and he is just...
Nothing else matters.
Yeah. Great playing by Sam, just working around the team. I mean, Max standing there, staying warm, Martin as well, but keep rolling with the hot hand. You did that earlier today. How long do you roll with this? Because also, is it a consideration that the longer one player plays, the longer other players are just sitting there?
Yeah, I think that the biggest thing that I loved about the bench is that they have a bike there, ready for those players that are just waiting to be at a moment's notice, substituted in. As you saw in that first bolt, there were over 4 or 5 substitutions, and so Team Jacksonville is just trying to find a little something that works.
There we saw something that did work finally, one of the few +2s for Nori, and as you noticed, whenever you do hit a clean winner, you go back to play the point on the same side right there. Still, backhand didn't hold up. They haven't been able to build momentum. Let's see what happens here. We got a little bit of a timeout as we have a little bit of a discrepancy in the scoreboard.
Now, you asked earlier, Jay, why about when you do have a player that's kind of running hot, do you want to keep them in there for the entire time, or do you want to change something up? And so I think that's when communication comes into play. You just look at your player. How are you feeling? Do you need a timeout? Do you need a moment? How can we make this, how can we just keep the train going?
Well, we got a 38-18 lead. Team Jacksonville is definitely trying to keep it going. It's a little bit dangerous when you leave forehands hanging up there. What do you think about that rule from our friend Jay Bow 87 there saying wild card sub? So I assume he's thinking just grab somebody from the stands and put them in.
That would be a very interesting
I think Team Atlanta needed a wild card sub earlier today. How about that?
Yeah, I feel like maybe that's a wild card that the other team can use.
Yep.
That would be interesting. So Team Tampa would be able to say, okay, you got to sub Sam Nicholson out. I think that would be interesting.
Ah,
yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I haven't thought of that one. Put that one in the suggestion box. 40-19 lead Sam Nicholson on the near side, leading Jacksonville right now. Nori Adam, the captain. We call him Smiles, but we haven't seen too many smiles today as he is just being run ragged left to right. Sam's using that inside-out forehand extremely well. Always interesting, right, because we know Nori, forehand's the weapon, but a lot of times people they're so afraid to go there, but a lot of times you actually want to go in there because they're not expecting the ball there either.
No, absolutely. I always try and attack the strength or the part where, you know, you are going to get a couple of more mistakes. And so we're going to have that first time out.
All right, well, there's our first timeout. Let's see what's going to happen here. Somebody called in for me to sub in, but first we're going to listen in to the coaches here.
Play the same strategy that we did yesterday. You can focus on his backhand, okay, but it's the best shot. Remember to go on the cross forehand as much as you can. Okay? Make him run and the cross forehand as well. And
hey, Atlanta, okay, what about this guy? She said Atlanta, the A, baby. A-T-L-A-N-T-A, that's what we say. All right, listen, the next time we gotta come.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that we heard from Sam Nicholson after that first bolt when he was talking with Luke Jensen, he talked about the energy. And that's what won the match earlier today, the challenger team against Atlanta. And you just feel as though, obviously, that you see the deficit in the score, but Team Tampa just needs to elevate the energy a little bit more, just give off of that, because I feel like that can really help right now.
Yeah, Yelena, good job there getting the team in the huddle, everybody high-fiving each other. So, yes, they're down, but it looks like they're still together. It's still early, still a lot of time. We got 90 minutes of total play. We still got so much time. So they'll have enough time to pull it back together as we have Sam Frizzell, who subbed in now. Sam's just taking on the whole team 2-3 times. I mean.
And that's the thing, the beautiful thing about tennis, the momentum can shift so quickly. It just takes a couple of points, and you know, we could see Team Tampa just coming in and having a bit of a surge here. So it just.
Take a look at these fans. They enjoy this action. Look how close they are, literally right on top of the court. If he drops that beer right there, that is right on Claudio's head. That's a different feeling for a fan or for a player.
No, absolutely. Earlier today, there were a couple of kids that every single time there was a serve motion, they were sneezing just to see if they would get a miss from the server.
Yeah, what's going to be interesting is, as one fan here on Twitch just called out, like, when are we going to see the captain? We're going to see, I mean, but you got Sam Nicholson that's just rolling here. So, yes, Martine's the captain, but Sam started things off, and we can see why Claudio's keeping him in right now.
Yep. You have to strike while the iron's hot, and why change it up, especially if he's talking to Sam and just communicating to him, hey, how are you doing? Do you need a timeout? I think the fact that Coach Elena on Team Tampa took a timeout probably helped him a little bit.
Not a great backhand there. I think that was actually to the lower half of the net, but still only counts as +1 for the other team. For those of you that are listening in and you're on the Twitch channel, send in your chat, send in your messages. We're paying attention right there. Someone did throw out the crazy option of either me or Irina jumping back in. I think Irina's got a better shot because she's been moving around all day over there as she throws the challenge team. We'll see. We'll see if Yelena needs a little bit of help over there as Jacksonville has a 50-21 deficit to come back from.
Oh, man.
Do you go with Sam the whole time? Somebody just asked. We'll see. I mean, it doesn't seem like much has worked. Everyone's played now twice.
I would. I'd go with Sam the whole time. Why would you just change it up? Earlier today, Tyler Stice was on the team, and he knew going in, hey, if you're feeling it, I'm just going to keep you on there until you tell me otherwise. And you can see Coach Claudio Pistolesi, I mean, he's got his eye on Sam. They obviously have communicated, and so they're very aware of what's happening out there.
Patient play, not forcing things. Could have had a +2 opportunity, but instead tried to go behind him, catch him wrong-footed, and it worked out. Only +1, but that's what you want to see from a calm and confident player. Not in a rush.
Yeah, I think that's so important, especially knowing that if you're playing well, you're probably going to be playing in that third bolt as well. You want to make sure that you keep the rhythm and keep your pace. He said it after in the interview. He talked about just making more balls, and that's all he's having to do. He's not, I wouldn't say he's playing incredible tennis. It's just Team Tampa is just not living up to the occasion right now.
What a simple thought to have, though. A lot of times you think you get to the pro level and you have to be doing all these, I got to do this, I got to do that, and this. And you have to come up with these magical, beautiful strategies that you can write a book about. And here you got a professional player leading his team and saying, I just make more balls.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think that was the biggest thing today. I looked at Emma Burgich and Tyler Stice when they were playing. I just said, just be tougher. Yeah. That's as easy as that. It's very harder said than done, obviously.
Is that what you focused on when you were winning your medals over at the Pan American Games?
Man, that feels like a lifetime ago. But I think, yes, when you have that mentality, I think that kind of frees you up. All right, I'm just going to use my toughness to win matches. And then knowing, you know, Sam Nicholson, okay, you saw that he just missed that. He goes right back to the baseline and he knows next point. You know, you have to just think about the point in front of you. You can't really linger and more on the previous point.
We got another substitute here. It is an unlimited amount. Trey Mallory come in, trying to make a statement against his former teammate, see if he can help them come back. Trey Mallory, far side serving to Sam Nicholson, and he gives it right back. 57-26. I'm just going to start saying for Team Sam.
Hammer, hammer.
All right, here we go. The screens have lit up yellow here on the court, letting the players know they have just under a minute left in this second of 3 10-minute bolts.
Yeah, it's a great job there by Sam Nicholson. Just going hard, but just huge target, going right at the body of Trey Mallory, not really giving him an angle to work with.
Don't think he touched it. Looks like it's going to be a +2. It is. Sam, no, we're just calmly moving over. 60-27. We have 87 points on the board. Another kicked ace that just jumped out, did he? He did. If I was Trey, I'm trying to buy a point, just say I touched it. I don't know. This is getting out of hand right now.
If it ain't broke, right?
And that's it. He's going to run the clock down. Let's see, does he? Yes, right on time.
Wow.
Wow, good timing there. Must have been an engineer when he was in school, being able to just understand how all that linked up. Irina, Mr. Sam over there, dominating. We're going to take a look at some of these highlights right now. Give me your thoughts.
I mean, I think he just made more balls. That really is the play right now. He's just playing tougher tennis and just being very professional, having great time management, knowing that he's doing all the right things and almost just putting all of the pressure on Team Tampa. And I just think that he's playing very solid, playing very confident, and playing within himself. You could see that there was a little bit of life from Team Tampa, but it's all Team Sam right now.
That's right. Well, let's get ready to send it down to the third member of our team, Luke Jensen, with none other than the man on fire.
He's on fire with the hottest hand in Georgia right now, Sammy. What was the difference between the first bolt and the second bolt?
I made a few more serves, but difference is stay consistent. No difference, you know? Same result, no difference.
Do you feel there's a strategy they're trying to do? I'm surprised they didn't substitute more.
Yeah, I mean, they can do what they want. I focus on me.
You think you can play this next bolt?
I think I'm going to try. I believe in myself. So.
Yeah, but how's the gas? How much tank you have left? How much gas you have left in the tank?
Barely scratching the surface.
All right. Ready to go, man. Good luck. When we come back, the third bolt of the night.
The loudness and the energy, I just couldn't believe it.
I love the energy of the crowd. Let's go!
I'm gonna keep burying you into the ground as fast as I can and as deep as I can.
I enjoy when things get a little saucy.
Give me a freaking break.
Every match you play feels like it's the finals.
Fire. You want fire.
And that's what the fans want to see.
That's what intense tennis is.
All right, we are back. We have our third 10-minute bulk of this men's singles match. And guess who's playing? None other.
None other.
And we have, guess what happens on the other side of the court? What do you think just happened again?
A sub?
Another
Substitution?
Sub. I mean, Yelena's trying. You can only do so much as the coach.
Exactly.
That's tough. You know, I think she's tried to manage it well, use a timeout. She encouraged her team very well. She's made substitutions. You know, she's not sticking to that whole thing where, you know, you just do one thing at the same time and you expect to be different. She's trying different things.
You have to, and I think that just shows the experience that she has. You can't just keep doing the same thing and expect a different result. And so I think that this is very smart from her just to keep changing things up, because obviously it's all Sam Nicholson right now. He's playing some great tennis. He's not having to do much to really get a lot of points. He's just playing very confident. You heard in that interview, it's all confidence right now from Sam.
Love his confidence. He's feeling great. Love the way he spoke about himself there. If you're going to be a great athlete, a great competitor, you need to have that confidence. And yes, it can sound a little cocky and arrogant, but if you don't believe in yourself, sports ain't the place for you. And it's an interesting match because I actually think both coaches are doing a good job. I think Claudia's doing the right thing, letting the hot hand go. Yelena's trying. She's encouraged the team well. She tried to use the timeout. She tried to stop momentum. And so it's just sometimes things work out and sometimes they don't work out.
And the thing is, she can do everything that she possibly can, but if her players aren't delivering, that's really, really difficult. And I think that's one of those things where you have to maybe get the other teammates involved and just try and spice things up, or maybe say the same thing in a different way. Sometimes they're just not getting it in the language that they're speaking, and so you just have to sometimes just change it up.
Or take the racket yourself and say, I got this, I'm going out there. I do better. 62-27 for Sam, serving on the near side here, trying to continue his momentum. He's had some great kick serves today. Let's see if Norrie can find his forehand. That's a good start right there. We haven't seen Sam have to defend much, so let's see if we can get a little bit of better first strike tennis and see how good of a defender he is. He's just close to the baseline, taking things early, so it's hard. I mean, Norrie did hit a pretty good forehand, but he took it so early.
Yeah, I just really think that he needs to bring his margin in a little bit more. It's just way too many errors, and just make the court a little bit smaller, because he's just hitting way too many errors right now.
I would see a little deep.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be that good, JY. It really doesn't.
It doesn't?
No, and even if you're going for the two, have Sam Nicholson get there. Have him get there and then put away the next shot. Doesn't have to be that good.
Just make more balls.
Yeah. Yep.
Great inside in. One more time. Not afraid to use that inside in to Norrie's big forehand.
But did you notice he didn't hit a winner there?
Yep.
He just hit a wonderful approach, which is very, very important for any junior players watching.
He just looks calm with everything he's push up.
Another one. You're at 3 right now. Oh, that's a dirty slice there by Norrie Adam. I love to see it. I mean, it barely went over the net there, JY.
So we have a user asking if we have Hawkeye. We actually have Bolt 6. So Bolt 6 is doing our electronic line calling. We'll see if we see more slices from Norrie. That's one of the few times we've seen Team Tampa incorporate the slice. And we have Sam asking, is he asking for a sub, or we call him a timeout here?
Yep, timeout.
Yeah. Okay. When you're short or you have the ball to finish, just go there. You don't want to go the swing. You don't go swing. The racket is here, and you turn. You go so much spin. Aim 2 steps before. Don't aim the lines. Aim 2 steps inside. It's enough. You know, you go for too much. That's why you miss it. Hey, water. Yeah, water. Get some water. Water. Water for him. Where is the water? Guys, get the water here ready.
Interesting there, right? I mean, I didn't know if he was going to be sick, and I thought they were going to go for a sub. Maybe just need to take a deep breath, but he's going to continue going here.
And I think Claudio did a good job there, just noticing that Sam just needed a moment. I mean, this is his third bolt that he is playing.
Give a quick shout out to Outrower on Twitch. We are paying attention to your comments and questions. That's the first ugly shot we've seen from Sam in a long time. Let's see if he's got to be tired. I'm tired.
Yeah, this is one of those moments where if you're Nori Adam, you don't want to rush things either.
There you see on the bottom of the screen there, Solinco, Emory Sports Medicine, Sports the Cab, our partners who have helped make all this happen, this historic new league, this modernized version of tennis that we are trying to bring to fans and players as we have a 68-32 lead. Still so much tennis. I know that lead sounds like a lot, but we still have 7 minutes left in this men's singles match, another 30 minutes of women's singles, and then we have 30 minutes of doubles action. So there's a lot going on that we have yet to uncover what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's a great ball there by Sam Nicholson. Claudio talked about how balanced of a player he is, and you could see there from that inside-in forehand, just not a lot could go wrong there.
Max Benson there on the sideline in the warm-up area on the bike, wondering if he's going to be coming in soon, so he's getting his legs ready. Great slice, great volley, great point. One of the better ones we've seen from Team Tampa using the slice. Come on, guys. There it is. Okay.
Oh, a bit of a let there, but that'll get him a winner.
Wait, a couple of things happened that put, oh, the +2. Sam, are we looking for a substitution here?
I think he did. Oh, that was two, maybe.
Nori was trying to go for the +2 because Sam looked to walk off and try to have a sub, but the show goes on. The clock keeps ticking. Nori went for it, but I don't know what happened there. Very kind of the referee there, Sebastian Nunez, to
They did call that. They did call that.
Oh, they gave him the +2.
I think, you know, when you have almost that big of a lead, maybe you're just like okay with giving up the 2, but maybe they didn't notice. It's a good question.
Good point. You know, as we have Max Benson in. First sub for Team Jacksonville coming in, the lefty. See if he can use some of his craftiness. Going to try to get a little bit of a fast serve in. If it goes in, we do play, but that one bounced out. A little too
lackadaisical.
It was a mix, right? I think he was undecided, right? He saw a potential Air Nori opportunity for the highlight reel, and unfortunately, we're not here for YouTube. We're here for tennis Nori, and instead of just putting that volley away, he gave it back, and now it's a 74-39 lead for Jacksonville.
Yeah, it's such a catch-22. You want to make sure you keep the momentum going, you keep having that much of a gap and keep the energy going when you are winning, but you also want to make sure that you do find that rhythm on your serve. It can get a little bit away from you. A couple of points can turn into 10, and all of a sudden there's not that much of a big difference in that gap.
Things do move very fast with only 14 seconds in between points, and things can really pile on. There's that calm drop shot. Sets up the +2. Okay, little by little. You know, not a big deal if Max comes in. Sam already going to come back in?
Oh, man.
Claudio said enough.
Oh, that's incredible. Money forehand there by Nori Adam.
I think Claudio said, no, Max. Get an espresso, get a pizza. We're going to wait for doubles for you, buddy. And there we see the +2. You go back and you serve on the same side that you just played the point on. So when the score totals up and it's an even number, play it on the deuce side. If the score adds up to an odd number, you play it on the add side. Here's Norrie's finding his forehand a little bit more. All right. That's why you go for the winner, Irina. You can't let Sam hit a ball. You got to go for a winner.
Yep, no, absolutely. Because even if he does get it, I mean, there's a good chance of Sam Nicholson hitting that winner there.
He's got the golden torch in his hand. Push up.
That fatigue is starting to set in. You can just see that breathing a little bit. See Mark Gutierrez from the Jacksonville team just shaking out the legs. Maybe he's going to be the next sub in, but only 2 minutes left of this bolt. Does he finish it off?
I think he is.
Yep. Almost a 30-point lead for Team Jacksonville right now. So Sam doing a good job with just taking his time and just finding his breathing.
So we see a question here from Outrower, how many points in between switching serves? If you win the point, you serve. That's it. So the points keep trading, then the serves keep trading, but if one person keeps winning their serve, they can serve the whole time.
Yes. Someone also asked, how do these athletes prepare for that? You know, that's fast paced, and I don't really think you practice it much. Maybe you just practice right before a little bit, just making sure that you're moving along things very quickly if you're playing points. But you know, at the end of the day, it's still just very, very just fast-paced tennis.
I know there's one way you can practice it. So our coach Dwayne Holquist at Florida State love to have these days where we just had no sit-down days. And I think that's what happens, right? You're just playing all the way through. There's no sit-down, you know, until you get a sub. So you just keep going. You keep going. It's like a long sprint instead of what tennis can be, which is short, continuous sprints with long breaks. So great forehand right there. Let's see, we're gonna get a timeout. You got 6 seconds left, 5, 4, 3. They didn't call a timeout, so. Very kind by the clock. Okay, all right, there we go. I think there's just a little bit delay. Wait.
That was one thing referee Sebastian did tell me, if you are going to substitute, you have to let me know. Maybe there was just a bit of a miscommunication there.
If there's one thing we have seen from Team Jacksonville today that's been a little bit off, is some of the substitutions just kind of haven't been very clear to the referee, and just hasn't been a lot of clear communication within the team if there's going to be a substitution. For now, it hasn't hurt them very much, and now we see the captain of the Jacksonville team, Martin Gutierrez, just get a point or two. I think that's great. Get him moving a little bit, feel the ball, feel the court. And, geez, still the man of the hour right there, finally allowed to catch his breath. What a day for Sam.
Yeah, I think Sam really has just been the true rock so far in these 3 bolts. He just was a bit unstoppable there, JY. You could just see he was playing with a lot of confidence there. Coach Claudio was just talking about that, and I just really think that belief in himself really paid off.
But you, again, you put the light in the sheet. You did the 95% great, 5% you missed some forehand, now you talk about this 5%. Let's talk about this 95%. Remember the light? You missed
I made a lot of subs today.
Unbelievable, sir. You made the tons, you made 30 points thanks to you. Okay. Very good.
All right, some great comments there as we get into the highlights here, which probably going to be a lot of Sam Nicholson highlights, right?
No, absolutely, and I think that Coach Claudio did a good job there. Let's talk about the 95% that you did well. We're not focusing on the 5% because look at this balance right here. He was just very, very confident on that forehand, was finding some great spacing, had some great court coverage. I mean, he just did all things well. Norrie Adam did get a few winners, but I think it really was just all Sam Nicholson.
All right, and let's take it down to Luke Jensen, who has the coach of the Tampa team here.
Coach Elena, what happened there on that substitution?
At the beginning, I think it was a rough start for everyone. We kind of like the legs were a little bit slow. It's colder. They're used to Tampa, you know, the heat and everything. So the switching, they only keep one player, which he was getting warmer and warmer and on fire. Actually, we cannot say anything else. We just tried to switch a little bit. The second switch, one of my players didn't understand that I was not sending Trey, but Adam again. So then they get confused and they were not locked in on the point, but more on the scoreboard. And I told them it's only the second bolt, so like there's still like 7 bolts going on. So just focus on every point because you still have a lot going on. So I think they came back a little bit on the last one.
Yep.
And I think it's gonna be better for the girls.
What's your strategy for the girls into this bolt?
So I told them to be more locked in, like don't look at us on the side, be themselves on the court, because they're trying to be a little bit too loud, maybe looking at play, like at the crowd and everything, because it's huge actually. So they're trying to focus on themselves. At the beginning, strategically, like play cross, get mobiles, and then little by little get confident they can aggress. But like most important is make the players play. Like don't do like a mistake after 2-3 shots. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Good luck, Coach.
Thank you so much.
Coming up next, the first women's bolt of the night.
We do have the women coming up next, but let's take a look at this domination right there to get things started. Tampa won that third bolt 24-21, but that was too small of a margin of victory as Jacksonville won the first two 33-10 and 29-17. And let's just tell the truth, Sam Nicholson did that. That's probably a little bit unfair to me because we did talk about how important it is to have that support system from your team. That helps keep your energy up as a player. We have to call out that bench because we've seen a lot of great energy there to help Sam. There were times that he was tired, and I was wondering where he was finding that energy to have this big lead. And that team helps. The support from Claudia there saying, don't be so hard on yourself on the 5%. That is just a great team atmosphere. Sam has played well, but now it's the women's turn coming up next, huh?
I think it's going to be very interesting to see how Coach Yelena just kind of guides her girls into making more balls because it's much easier said than done, as we know, JY. And having that confidence going into the women's bolts, I think that Team Tampa is just going to have to really bring it. Team Jacksonville, I mean, they've got to be feeling a lot of confidence right now.
Definitely. And when we come back, we are going to have the women take their turn on the court. Women's singles time next.
The loudness and the energy, I just couldn't believe it.
I love the energy of the crowd. Let's go!
I'm gonna keep burying you into the ground as fast as I can and as deep as I can.
I enjoy when things get a little saucy.
Give me a freaking break!
Every match you play feels like it's the finals.
Fire. You want fire.
And that's what the fans want to see.
That's what intense tennis is.
We are back at the Intense Arena here where we are going to have the women take the court for the women's singles portion. Irina, it's been a lot of fun watching Sam Nicholson play, but now we're going to have a lot of fun watching Sebastian Nunez try to knock this coin toss down.
All right, any questions before we begin? All right, just for reference, at the top on the scoreboard, it'll say the score, give it a second or two, and then it'll tell you the side that you're supposed to serve from. Heads or tails? Heads. It's heads. Serve or receive? All right. Jacksonville to serve.
There we go. We have the coin toss, and Jacksonville is going to serve things out. 10 minutes here, 3 10-minute bolts for the women, totaling up 30 minutes of play. Annabelle Thomas on the near side, serving it up for Jacksonville. Ade Souza on the far side for Team Tampa. All right, that's a pretty good start for after sitting for that long. We have no warm-ups here. We go right in. We just want action. We want play. We don't want to be seeing towel breaks and all these warm-ups, and that's what we'd love to see as we get started.
Yeah, I talked to Annabelle Thomas earlier today, and she was talking about how she's typically more of a grinder. But yesterday, when I was watching her play, she can be a very aggressive player. And so having that lead, Team Jacksonville has almost a 30-point lead. You got to be feeling confident going in and almost kind of let loose a little bit more if you're Annabelle Thomas.
And there we see with the fault right there, this is one serve and one toss only. And we do have to call out that it's very important here how the prize money works for these players. So this is a big deficit for the team, but the women, if you win your category, you win some prize money. So for the women here, even if they don't come back to tie this up, they can win their portion. They also win some prize money for themselves. So they have multiple things they're going after for the team part and their own part here. Annabelle 4-1 in this first of 3 10-minute bolts in the women's portion.
She's just doing such a good job with finding herself inside the baseline and taking control of the point from the serve.
I find it so impressive, anybody that can hit Eastern forehand in today's world. The way the ball is bounced higher, we have a court's a little gritty, so we're gonna get some more jumps. We can see the fuzz, you know, being ripped off the balls here from the court. And she is handling those forehands kind of high extremely well. That's tough.
Yeah, being a British player, she would be loving the grass court season right now with a few grass court tournaments playing on tour, but you will typically see more of that low, flat play come from players from the UK, for sure.
Well, I know she would be very excited if we had an intense league grass court season. Chip Rally as well, putting in a run for a franchise, so let's see if we can get something going there, but until then, it is 6-3. For Jacksonville in the women's portion of the match, 89-54 overall for them as Annabelle Thomas looks to take on Ade Souza on the far side. Ade for Team Tampa over there from Excess Club in Chicago. Used to train there, now she's with Tampa. Let's see how she does against Annabelle.
Serve +1, baby. That was just such a great job there by Annabelle Thomas, finding that forehand and gave herself such great spacing to make sure she got around that inside-out forehand.
You talk about serve +1 there. Is it more difficult when you only have one serve, or is that something that players can still practice with this format?
I think you can 100% practice. I remember when we were in college, or even before college days in my junior days, we would have, instead of no sit-down days, we had one serve days. And so you just got a different feel. There was a little bit more pressure on the line.
And we have Cio Mendez subbing in there for Team Tampa. Confusion there, but we are going now. Cio Mendez starting things off on the far side. Solid serve, great headband. Great forehand pass, dipping it down low. Oh, let's see, she goes for the quick serve.
Oh, wow, that was a great job there by Annabelle Thomas.
Wow, and it goes from a +2 from one way, a +2 the other way. But Sion is gonna go, did we miss the call?
I think so.
Let's see it, did we miss it? 8-6 here for Jacksonville, so I guess we missed it. Sion's still serving over there. Things are just happening so fast that it's just, sometimes you just miss stuff. But that's what we want here. We want fast action, we want things going on, we want intensity in play. And yeah, sometimes you're so focused on one thing you might miss something else, but we love that here. see the fans screaming as Annabelle is about to hit that serve. I don't care who you are, but that is just different. It's going to take some getting used to for these players.
100%. I don't really think you can practice that. Maybe if someone is just, you know, just right next to you as you're practicing serves and just kind of distracting you. We'll have to test it out, JY.
Me? You? Tennis? No. I like my 20-minute workouts and nice air conditioning. You know, I got the little machines where I don't have to do too much work, but I get a little bit of a sweat.
What's your go-to machine?
Oh, bench press. Come on.
All day.
I live in South
No leg
Florida.
day?
No. It's all about the upper body.
Love that.
There's some heavy forehands by Sion, really bouncing up, really jumping. We saw that first miss hit from Annabelle above the shoulder. You can see how much that action affected her.
Just missed it. That's a great job there by Sion Mendez. She's not the tallest player on the team, and so she has to be able to use a lot of that toughness and just that quickness to win points.
Great defense right there.
Yeah.
Wow, you know, she spent a lot of time training in Spain. She has the Argentinian roots. Grew up in Australia, then moved to Europe and spent a lot of time on the red clay. And that's where we see that heavy forehand, that slice defense. And we'll see if she can use that to her advantage. Great kick serve against Annabelle. Starting to find a range a little bit.
Now you can hear her get a little bit fired up there. Her first come on, that previous point.
Great.
She is fast, but that was all Annabelle Thomas doing such a good job with moving that ball around.
Great defense, but better offense right there. Love the little walk-through forehand hit on the rise to set things up. You see the fans trying to get in Annabelle's head, but she is tough as... Never mind. Doesn't count. I didn't finish it. No, I didn't finish it. 4.5.
I knew where you were going.
4.5.
Nah.
The faults have really been the only thing really holding Sion back. You know, it's a 15-13 lead for Annabelle and Jacksonville in this first of 3 10-minute bolts. But if you take away those faults by Sion, she's won most of the ground stroke points. So I want to see it as we have 1 minute left. The screens turn up yellow to let the players know we are almost done in this first bolt. I want to see the underhand serve. Come on, make Bublik happy.
That's a great job there by Annabelle Thomas, doing such a good job with coming forward as she was hitting that ball, using that momentum with her body. Very smart tennis there.
That serve clipped the net, but it went in through Sion a little bit off. We do play that in traditional tennis. You do not play that if it clips the net. Here, as long as that ball lands in the box, we count it. So, 15 seconds left. Probably have a point or two left. Heavy forehand there. All right, nice fist pump. We see the team off the bench right there, trying to get them going.
She thought about doing an underhand serve, JY, for you.
You know, I'm okay with that because she didn't rush it and give it away either.
Yep.
So, good. You know, we see a veteran play. You know, we're about to get to some replays here. Sion finding her footing there. So, what do you think about that second 10-minute bolt?
I think that Annabelle Thomas she just played some good tennis out there, was very smart with her time management. When I spoke to her earlier today, she was talking about how you can kind of get caught up in wanting to rush things, but you have to pace yourself, and it's so important. You can see here she played some confident tennis, just taking, not going for too much, just making some very wise decisions.
All right, well, let's go take it down to Luku as Annabelle right now.
Nice little first bolt there. What was the difference?
I feel like we're just coming out aggressive, really trying to play our game, and we know how to beat them, so we're just trying to execute the strategy.
Now, it seems like Coach Pistol wants to really play you in that next bolt. What will there be a difference in strategy? They're subbing a lot.
Yeah, they're definitely subbing. I mean, we're the fitter team, so we just got to keep our composure and keep the ball rolling.
One thing about this intense league, man, they're screaming at you when you're trying to serve. How do you block that out?
I mean, you just focus on where you're serving and what you can control, so keeping calm.
Good luck. Go get them. We come back. Bolt number 2 in women's singles next.
The loudness and the energy, I just couldn't believe it.
I love the energy of the crowd. Let's go!
I'm gonna keep burying you into the ground as fast as I can and as deep as I can.
I enjoy when things get a little saucy.
Give me a freaking break!
Every match you play feels like it's the finals.
Fire. You want fire.
And that's what the fans want to see you.
That's what intense tennis is.
And we are back right into the second bolt of this women's singles match. The battle between Sion Mendez on the far side for Tampa against Annabelle Thomas on the near side continues. You know, I'm loving the communication there with the team. It is a big deficit, down 30 points right there, but they are locked in. They're still going. I love that energy from the team, you know, on the sideline. That coach keeping it ready. Yelena's doing a great job over there. Sion's unloading and using that beautiful slice here.
Yeah, that's just so gritty there by Team Tampa, and I think you make a great point, JY. I think Coach Yelena, this is not her first rodeo. She's been here before. You have to manage the team. You have to manage the score, and I think she's very well aware that there's a lot of tennis to be played still.
Sneaky, double sneaky, triple sneaky, tweener,
Touch
come
it.
on.
Just touched it. Don't give him the 2.
Give us the tweener. We're
But
here
see,
for
then
the show.
No, but see, the tweener, then if she gets it over, then it gives her an easy winner for that put-away volley.
I don't care about her. I want to have fun here.
Forgot. This is about you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and let's talk about that kick serve, though, from Sion, jumping way above Annabelle's head there. All right.
She just looked at Claudio, wanting to do a substitution, not feeling it. Smart. Just got to communicate, or maybe this is a timeout. Excuse me.
She will go good, we leave her.
Yeah.
If she starts losing or tight, serve is not good, etc., you go back.
Yeah.
Okay, so be ready. Let's see what she does. Tina, you go in. Yeah. You return, huh? You return. Remember the circle. Go in. Don't go back to your path,
All right, we have a substitution for the Jacksonville team. Cloudy has really let his players play today. A lot of time on action for Sam Nicholson and Annabelle Thomas, and we have Christina Wozniak with her first action of the day on the near side. The women's portion right now is going to Team Tampa 23-18 as he tries to use this drop shot. Still 101-74.
Touch it.
There you go.
Atta girl.
All right. Great job, coach. Done this before, right? Once, twice.
You know what I am waiting to see is if you do finish at net, having another ball right in your pocket to just go ahead, like run back and hit that underhand serve while the other person is still at the net.
Well,
That's what I'm waiting for.
I'm going to let you in on a secret.
Oh, gosh.
You can't have another ball in your pocket when you serve.
I did not know that rule.
Yeah, well, cannot do that because if not, they play too fast, and that's a little unfair, right? So players are not allowed to hold another ball in their pocket. So yes, we have one serve, one toss, and one ball as well. We got to add that into the pregame
I'm
script.
glad you told me that. Love the fist pump action by Christina there, just getting that energy again from Team Jacksonville from the bench. It's so important. She's got to feel that.
And Christina is the ball of energy for the team. If you just hang around this team, she has this great energy around her that just uplifts her team. She was the first one high-fiving, jumping out of her chair for Sam Nicholson in the men's. She really lifts everybody's spirits, and now she gets her first action here. She lifts her spirits. I didn't say her serve. No push-up.
All right.
I didn't
You
talk
bench
tennis.
press. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
There you go. Do bench press. Live. 298.
No. Not give herself enough time there. Got a little crowded there with the ball. Just got to forget about it, though. Next point.
105-77 for Jacksonville.
Great patience there. Christina Wozniak giving that fist pump. That's a huge point right there by Team Jacksonville. I think we're having one timeout or substitution.
Timeout. Looks like Yelena's using a timeout right there to see if she does decide to sub somebody else in, but trying to stop the momentum. Let's see what Tampa and Yelena have to say.
Keep doing whatever you're doing. Just remember, don't rush so most like you can do the drop shot. Yeah, but don't want those ones yesterday you were doing the drop shot. So play smart because remember the drop shot on the back end, she doesn't know what to do on those short ones. So change rhythm, play your game, of course, but if you can also decelerate it. I know.
Seconds left of ball number 2 in our women's singles, and we are getting ready.
We just got a great question from somebody watching on our Twitch stream. If you're not on there, get on there. Send us some questions asking if the final score is in a tie, what can happen? Well, no ties in Intense. A bolt can finish in a tie, but not the match nor the duel. No ties at the end of the day here. 27-24 for Tampa in the women's portion of this match. Sion's been smiling, loving this. It's great to see her play again. You know, the injuries were really affecting her and had to stop her from playing tennis. She was considering moving on to other sports to try to figure something else out. She's only in her mid-20s, a lot of time left. Really great that she's found a home here for Team Tampa in this format to be able to be healthy and play again, and she's clearly enjoying it right now.
You can usually see from a player whether they're enjoying it on court. If they're smiling, there's a good chance they're enjoying it. Even if they're not necessarily winning, there's just so many layers to the sport. And talked about having injuries, just being able to be back on court. I mean, it just gives you another lease on your athletic life, if you will.
Well, we talk about why the body needs to be healthy as we see that open stance backhand hit almost falling backwards. We started using a little bit yesterday as well when we were watching her practice and play in the trials, but you got to be so strong, right? Open stance and moving back, but she crushes the hell out of it. She must have played softball.
She did entice you to fight her because she plays pickleball.
Yeah, so. I pick my battles wisely. If she wants to go to a push-up contest or bench press, fine. Pickleball, she might have to.
That's a great ball.
Great little backhand. She's got that open hand grip that we've seen modernized now in tennis. Handling that ball above the shoulders extremely well. Been really solid on that backhand side. Christina Wozniak on the near side. 3 minutes left in this second bolt. Still have one more after this.
Yeah, that's a great play there. Just give her a different look, returning with a drop shot. You know, especially if you're not hitting a huge serve, your chances are you're backing up a little bit. Very smart play there by Sion.
And there we saw another +2, so they went back and served on the same side they just played the point. 2 minutes, 35 seconds left. 110, 84, chipping away little by little. It's all you can do, 1 point at a time. Or as Jonathan Stokey tried to say earlier, something about eating something in an elephant 1 bite at a time. I didn't get it. I told him I did, but between you and me, I just didn't get it. I just said sugar.
Oh, we're having a bit of a sub here, quickly. Annabelle Thomas is back in the game.
We've got a scoring question. I think Sion was wondering if there was a +2 there because we see, yes, and there she gets that +2 there. Didn't get that second one on the scoreboard. So if you do hit a clean winner, it counts as +2. You know, and every little point counts right now as Tampa is slowly chipping away at this deficit at the hands of Sam Nicholson.
Yeah, but this is one of those moments where I feel like Coach Yelena just has to instill in Sion Mendez, just make balls, make Annabelle Thomas play right now.
Are you saying Sam Nicholson should coach the Tampa team?
Have to give yourself a little bit more room there. You're Annabelle Thomas and you're going backwards on that, and you're 5 feet behind the baseline. You have to have a little bit of shape over the net.
And there we just had a look at Sam Nicholson just recovering on the sideline, but now cheering on his team. This is a team sport, 3 men, 3 women, all on one court. Cumulative points at the end of the day wins. So even if the men stop playing, they still need the women to keep things up so they can get a victory at the end of the day.
30 seconds left of this bolt, JY.
Sion doing a great job. The screens are lit up yellow, but her eyes are red because she's on fire right now. 15-point lead in this women's portion of the match. Still down overall, but hey, one match at a time. There you go,
Wow.
+2. That has to take away one of my push-ups because I gave her a compliment and she hit a winner. That's got to take away push-up, right?
No, I still think you need to do a push-up.
All right, well, that is going to do it for that second bolt as the Tampa women chip away at that lead, and we get into some highlights right now, Irina.
I think it was impressive here by Sion Mendez. I think she really honed into making her opponents plays, whether it was Annabelle Thomas or Christina Wozniak. I think she played with a lot of variety this bolt. She used the drop shot really well, was really attacking the high forehand of both Wozniak and Annabelle Thomas. You can see the energy coming from Wozniak. They still have a huge lead, but it was all Sion Mendez right now. She was just making some very wise decisions, hitting a lot of winners in that bolt.
And I think we have Sion down there right now with Luke Jensen.
Sion, you were playing just some really good tennis. Your team needed you, and you pulled it out.
Yeah, honestly, they were like, sure, let's get it for the team. So the good thing coming in second, Ade set it for me a little bit. She started playing well, and then I started just trying to be as consistent as possible, and yeah, it worked out in the end.
Yeah, but you got this weapon called a drop shot dragon. Tell me about this drop shot and when you play it.
So I try to construct my points as much as I can to use the drop shot, because I feel like if I use it too early, they're just going to pass me, and that's 2 points. So just trying to use it at the right time.
I mean, the biggest thing, you seem to keep them off balance. So when do you play the power, and then when do you play the touch?
I try to get them back as far as I can before I use the drop shot, so that, if they do get it back, I have a next put away. So.
Go hydrate. You may have another bolt.
Thank you so much.
When we come back, more intense tennis next.
The loudness and the energy, I just couldn't believe it.
I love the energy of the crowd. Let's go!
I'm gonna keep burying you into the ground as fast as I can and as deep as I can.
I enjoy when things get a little saucy.
Give me a freaking break!
Every match you play feels like it's the finals.
Fire. You want fire.
And that's what the fans want to see you.
That's what intense tennis is.
Well, we are back, the lights are back, and the women are back, and so are some of these faults there, as we're in the third bolt of the women's singles match right now. 45-29, Tampa women are leading the women's portion of the match. 112-96 overall. Why does that matter? And that's because the women and the men, when they win their respective categories, they split prize money. So you got two things going on right now. Kristina Wozniak trying to see if she can chip away at Sion right now.
Yeah, the biggest thing that Sion Mendes talked about with Luke Jensen was just making balls, being consistent. And all right, we got a substitution. We got De Souza back in play, back in action.
Day is in. I wonder if, we got the Twitch stream going on. I wonder if Sion was listening on the sideline there. Pulled it out. She heard him. She's like, that's actually some pretty good advice there.
Yep.
We can learn from our competitors. That's okay. They always say, oh, well, don't compare yourself to others. Well, if I'm losing, maybe there's something they're doing I need to do.
I actually used that today. If plan A is not working, there's still 25 other letters in the alphabet.
That's a good one. Is that what you tell your kids?
Well, she's 3.5, so we're getting there, but not quite. Haven't really had that talk yet. Great job there by Wozniak, just making De Souza choose her position and going open court, but still maintaining a big target.
Interesting choice with that drop shot. Risky play to try to bring somebody in like that, because you open the door for a +2, right? Drop shots, it's one of those things you either hit it well or you don't hit it at all. You can't just leave it floating there, especially in our format. Some of the nerves coming in for Day, she probably needs to get worked in some more.
Yeah, I just feel like as though when you are nervous, that's when you actually need to let the racket go a little bit more, hit it a little bit harder, but just choose the right target. Big margin.
A pretty good back in there.
And that's another push-up. You're going to be bench pressing more after this from all the push-ups you're going to do.
I'm going to be the next Pat McAfee with a suit and a tank top underneath doing this show.
Little serve and volley action.
Look at that.
Love to see it.
Is that something that you think is practiced a lot with one serve, or is that more of just like a scoreboard play?
No, I think that maybe if you're just feeling confident, that's when you throw it in. Smart play there by Wozniak, just going right to De Souza, just not really giving her an angle to work with.
pass cross court though, right? Passing down the line, lower percentage play, go cross court.
I agree.
I think there was a signal over there that Day's going to play one more point. I'm going to sub her out. Let's see if I'm good at reading sign language. Well, if there wasn't a sub, they should put one in after that one. And there it is. Okay, there we go. See, so I think it's the second thing I got right today.
Still doing push-ups though.
Take a look at that miss hit forehand. You know, looking at the chat stream, Arena, somebody else is calling for that rule to be in play.
Which one
Wild
is that?
card sub from anywhere. So that suggestion box is filling up. So keep sending your suggestions. We play outside of the box, so we grab those suggestions, take them out, put them into play, see what sticks. Welcome to the intensity.
See, I mean, I feel like you could just kind of go down the rabbit hole because I feel like you can just do different zones, serve and volley zone for 2 minutes where you can only serve and volley. Slice zone when you can only slice from both sides. I mean, lots of suggestions for the box, Jay.
I like it. We're gonna have to have a bigger box. We'll put it in.
She takes it.
No apology there. They needed that +2 in the quick serve.
Oh, there it is.
Look at that. What a point. I think Sion broke his shoelace as he's sliding around auditioning for the Florida Panther team next season.
That's so smart, though. Great job there by Sion Mendez. I feel like, still, when you hit an underhand serve, you got to win the point. It's almost like demeaning.
Next time she's 2 meters behind, I'm gonna say, why are you not coming to the net? Next time. Yes. Yeah, you're like, ooh. Next time she'll be like, oopsie.
And remember to turn on the floor, okay? You're doing great.
You're not playing bad.
No, you're doing good. It's the trap you jump sometime in is the start to make bad body language.
Sure,
it's very important.
It's good episode because I worked so hard for it, you know what I mean?
I know, but it doesn't help.
Yeah.
You help her.
Yeah.
You don't want to help her, okay?
All right, let's give these ladies some energy. Let's go, Intense Arena.
All right, we are back from the timeout. Sion is in as we are listening in. Look at the Tampa team. Spirits uplifted, laughing, having a great time as they are chipping away back in this match. But Claudio tried to reinstill some positivity into Christina, and she comes back with a big forehand there. Right off the line,
Yeah.
That was close.
Yeah, I loved what Coach Claudio said for Team Jacksonville. He said you got to make sure that you don't give any negative body language because you're helping her when you do that. So you have to make sure that you keep that positivity.
Great moving, great sliding. It actually worked out that she missed that because that would have been a +2.
Huge roar there by Christina Wozniak. Once again, another serve and volley, JY.
Maybe it's a tactic that needs to be implemented a lot more. It's like that positive words of affirmation there to keep Christina confident. Very wisely done by Claudio. Okay.
There could be another push. I feel like it should be not just one, it should be 5.
Dropper. Great.
See, I personally love the down the line drop, but I also love the middle drop. You just really don't give your opponent an angle. It's a great choice there by Sion.
And that's hard for players at times because they want to win the point, and they know if they go down the middle, that point keeps going, and they might put it back into their hands. But if you're willing to do that, that shows a confident player. We see Max Benson jumping on the side of the bench over there, trying to distract the Dragon Sion Mendes over there.
I think he's going to sit down after that one.
I think even Christina was looking for a sub right there. Sion tried to go for the fast serve right there because Christina was looking towards the sideline, looking for a substitution. Instead, she'll get a timeout. Let's see what Claudio decides to do here.
And that's another timeout.
Do you feel this keep going?
I can go down.
Are you sure? If you are tired, we can put one of them. Okay? You are doing good with the serve. Then never go, when something wrong happens, delete.
Sounds good.
Go to the next point. The only point that matters is the next point. Ultimately, that's what's happening. Okay, guys?
Yeah.
So you're doing a great job, so stay there.
Keep it up.
Okay.
Fucking had it. Yeah.
No complaints, no complaints. Shit happens. It cannot be perfect, okay? Just breathe, go to the next point, be proud of what you're doing. Out of the circle, stick with the tennis things. Out of the circle, serve, jump, stamp inside, toss not too much in front. When it's go drop shot, you play the ball a bit fast on her so she doesn't have to set up. If she set up, you're fucked because they got 2 points. No, you don't want her to set up. Go a little bit fast, okay. Let's go, come on.
And we are back here, just under 2 minutes to go. Sion Mendes looking to keep things rocking and rolling. 127-109. This is a match. That's not a push-up. I mean, it's just, right?
No, it's not a push-up. I'll give you that one. That's a mulligan.
The fans, that credit has to go to the fans. Great timing, just as Christina was about to hit that ball, fans got a little quiet, and then the opposing team took advantage.
It's hard also because Coach Claudio asked Christina, you want to keep going? If you're tired, I can put someone else in. But as a player, as an athlete, you don't want to get off the court.
Never. Screens light up yellow, 1 minute left, though I bet you if you're Yelena, you wish that there was a lot more women's singles action so you can play Sion. She's been doing great. Look at that sliding action.
Oh, wow.
Great pass, great. No matter words. No matter words.
Oh, wow.
Great drop shot, great fake.
Winner for a winner.
See the adjustment there, right? Sion noticed that Christina wasn't ready to serve. Previous time she had tried to fast serve it, but it didn't work out, and this time she's mature enough to learn from it. Settle, 10 seconds left. Is Christina gonna play a fast one here? Got the lead.
Nah, I think she's done.
Yeah, Claudia walking onto the court there to say, no, it's okay. Let's just not give up a point there. But we got a match. The women winning that portion, 62-49, making the overall score much closer. This doubles is going to get exciting. What do you think of that overall women's portion?
I think Sion Mendes just really changed the energy for Team Tampa, and I just think that it was all her today. She just made some very good adjustments, played some very smart tennis, utilized the drop shot really well, and so I think that Team Tampa was able to really turn it around, and you could see there that Christina Wozniak was able to make some good plays when she was playing De Souza, and that's what caused the substitution. Coach Yelena Labat was like, I'm going to put Sion Mendes in, and it just was all Sion for a lot of it.
That's what I love about this format. No apologies here. Take every point you can. If your feelings hurt, too bad they took that +2. And let's see what we get as we go down to Luke Jensen.
That's a really good comeback for your team. Put in the girls and you got to go and dig. You were a big part of this, okay? What was the strategy to win these bolts?
I got to keep the ball on the court. We had to find our rhythm, and we had to wait for our moment. We weren't trying to rush because we know we started a little tight, so we had to change our mindset and say we're going to keep every ball and make them earn it. We're not giving them anything.
Do you feel the pressure on their side that this lead is falling away, falling off?
I think it's falling off. I think the pressure is now on them, even though they have the lead. But right now, I feel like we have the momentum.
Now, going into this next bolt, what's going to be the strategy for your team?
It's the momentum and it's the focus of staying intense and taking every opportunity we can find.
How about this crowd? I love the teams are into it, the fans are into it, of course the music's intense.
I love it. I love it. This is a totally new era of tennis, and I'm happy to be a part of it, and let's go with it.
Who's going to win tonight?
Tampa!
Let's go! When we come back, the next bolt will be on.
That's some great fire from a Dave there. There should be bonus points every time you say the word intense as a player in an interview. But they got a lot of points from Sion there. She played a lot of action there as they chipped away at that lead with that 13-point victory there for the women's portion. 29-11, that second one was a huge one right there. What did you think about Sion's performance?
I think it was wonderful. I think the fact that she was able to turn around, knowing that they were at such a deficit, I think that speaks volumes to her maturity and knowing that you're playing so much more than just yourself, and she really brought it for her team today.
Absolutely, and what we're going to bring next is going to be our doubles format for today. We'll be right back.
Hey, it's Trent from Team Atlanta. If you want to watch Intense, you got to know the rules because it's different from the tennis you're used to. Let's go.
Intense is a team sport. Each team consists of 6 players, 3 men, 3 women, roll on, roll off, substitutes all throughout.
Each Pro League duel is made up of 3 matches, men's and women's singles, men's and women's doubles, and mixed doubles.
Each match is made up of 3 10-minute bolts with shot clocks in use. Each team has 2 timeouts per match.
We have easy-to-follow numerical scoring with 1 point for a regular win and 2 points for a clean winner.
One toss, one serve. Once the ball is in the air, you got to hit it, make it, or lose the point.
The server sets the pace. Returners must be ready, and there's a maximum of 14 seconds between points.
Bolt 6 electric line calling will be overseen by intense officials.
At the end of each match, the highest score wins. A deciding point will be played if teams are tied at the final whistle of the final bolt.
The team with the highest aggregate score at the end of the final ball of the final match is declared the winning team and takes home the cash.
Got it? Good. Enjoy the matches.
The loudness and the energy, I just couldn't believe it.
I love the energy of the crowd.
Let's go!
I'm gonna keep burying you into the ground as fast as I can and as deep as I can.
I enjoy when things get a little saucy.
Give me a freaking break!
Every match you play feels like it's the finals.
Fire. You want fire.
And that's what the fans want to see.
That's what intense tennis is.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Intense Arena, the one-of-a-kind tennis court. Nowhere else have you seen a show like this inside of a movie studio. It has been an incredible match so far with Jacksonville taking on Tampa. And look at the fans there, the lights, the coloring, the intensifiers. It doesn't get any better than this as we have our opening weekend and Miss Basketball here leading the way on the court as we are getting ready for our doubles portion. So we're gonna have a 10-minute men's doubles bolt followed by a women's bolt for 10 minutes and then mixed doubles to finish things off. And Sebastian Nunez, our referee for today, is gonna get the coin toss to decide who serves.
Okay, send me the first team out. All right, guys. Just a reminder, in doubles, whatever side you start on, you have to maintain that same return position. If a sub is to come on for you in doubles, they have to come on to the same side that you're returning from. You can't switch after substitution, all right? Temp with the call, heads or tails. It's heads. Serve or receive. All right, Jacksonville to serve. All right, make a note. Nori on the deuce side.
Here we go. Martin Gutierrez, captain of the Jacksonville team, getting started with Max Benson. 132, 113. Big come on to get things started. He has huge energy. That's why they've made him the captain of the team, because he brings the fire.
That should count.
Maybe that's how we should start matches. A little volleyball tennis.
Oh man, suggestion box just keeps growing.
Great return by Max Benson. Loves to play doubles. Won a couple titles on the ITF Tour. Now playing for Intense Jacksonville. Great backhanded dip it low.
I always found that just playing against a lefty player, it's just tougher in general. There's just, you don't see it very often, and just anytime I played against a lefty, it's a different kind of spin. It's just a different look.
It's a cheat code. I mean, honestly, Max shouldn't even be in this league. Lefties shouldn't be allowed to play sports. If you are lefty, you got to have your own league, because it's a cheat code. Lefties versus lefties. Righties versus righties. Unless you're Luke Jensen, because now you can play in both leagues.
That's a whole other league for you. Just a league just for Luke.
He's in a league of his own, that's for sure. Great kick by Adam Nori. Smiles there, kicking it up to Martin's backhand. Trying to test that left wrist. So earlier this year, Martin slid in one of our preseason matches, fell on that left wrist, you know, so we're gonna see how that backhand goes. Luke, how are things looking down there?
Lefties have feelings too, okay? We got feelings. We make calls, maybe close sometimes. But the bottom line is, I love the dynamic of the doubles, right? We're gonna see some women's doubles, we're gonna see some mixed doubles, but here you see right away, the Intense format is perfect for this. Fast pace, points are short, and you've got to get your offense off right away or you're behind.
Great fast-paced action. Thank you, Luke, for those comments, as Nori follows it up with a 2-point winner, so he's going to go back to the same side, and you serve from there. No.
Okay, all right. I thought that was a push-up, but okay. I thought we were trying to get better.
It has to be like excessive compliments, you know. I mean, if it's just a normal, you know, 138 for Jacksonville, 121 for Tampa. Sam Frizzell serving on the far side. Great poach by Nori to try to get that +2. Nori smiling as he almost hit a fan up top over there, but I'm sure he's happy he got those +2. Sam going back to serve again on the deuce side.
That's such a smart play, too. Make it unreachable for Max Benson there. Team Tampa just has to keep riding the momentum. You know, for Tion Mendez was able to just turn things around. The deficit, the difference between these two teams, only 14 points. After that first men's match, they were close to a 30-point deficit. So they are just chipping away.
Push up?
Oh,
you said he's pushing away. I think that's a push up.
Okay.
I'm putting it on the spreadsheet.
I'll take the 1.
All right, there. Max Benson calmly sliding that lefty serve in, body backhand, cheat code mode. Nori running around it, trying to look for his forehand. Great poach, great touch, actually. Good effort.
Smart play there by Max Benson, just getting his racket on it.
See if that backhand's going to catch up. Martina a little bit frustrated. He's been working to get back healthy. Tampa leading the men's doubles portion 14-8, which puts the overall team score 140 to 127. Great lob right there. Huge come on. They needed that.
Love to see it. Max Benson was fired up there.
Let's see if that's the moment. You know, things have been getting a little quiet from the Jacksonville bench. Let's see if that's what propels them forward and get back to a bigger lead. There's our Tampa coach, Yelena Labat. Watching Nori chip that back in play. Great angle, what a shot.
Max Benson trying to get the fans involved. Huge little dipper. That leftiness coming in again. I bet you like that, Luke.
Push up. Clear
Okay.
as day.
All right, that's 2. I have it.
2?
That's it.
No way.
You haven't called me out on anything else. Ah, great job going right at the feet of Nori. Such a smart play.
Big fire, big move, big come on right there. 146, 128 for Jacksonville. Max trying to sneak in a little hand signals there to communicate with Martine. Not a lot of time in between points, so.
I love Max Benson just looking right at Sam Frizzell right after that. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to just be a wall at the net.
I think Sam Frizzell is looking at Corentin Moutet up there and not Max Benson with some of these hands we're seeing. About 3.5 minutes left in his first of 3 10-minute bolts. Oh, great hands. Martine gets there.
Wow.
Wow. Great point, great hands. Trey Mallory is in for Sam Frizzell, UNC Wilmington alumni. We see also a substitute on the other side, Sam Nicholson, the man on fire. Has he cooled down or is he going to continue it going? There he is.
He has not cooled down. Still hot out there. Sam Nicholson just finding the highest level at the net. Just going for that backhand down the line past Trey Mallory.
Max unfortunately couldn't build on that momentum.
That's not a push-up.
No. Max's fault. Push up for Max. Yep, stop. Ball right on the court, so they're going to redo that point. Looks like to be a great poach. The ball's in. Yes, +2. Great poach. Great serve by Trey Mallory to set him up.
Notice how Sam Nicholson, Max Benson doing 2 back, respecting Nori up at net. I love the 2 back, just gives you the opportunity. Oh, we got a sub.
Nah, Trey should have just served there. Very nice of him. Would have gone right after Martine at the net if he's crossing over.
He did there. Went right at him.
Oh, that, I think Nori wanted the poach, but then was wondering if it was going out, and he still hit it. That happens to the best of us. Has that ever happened to you, Irina?
Yes. When in doubt, just hit it.
Oh, I thought you were going to say when in doubt, call it out.
No, well, that too.
Can't do it here with Bolt 6.
Exactly. I love electronic line calling.
Yeah.
Big fan.
For those of you tuning in, Bolt 6, that is our electronic line calling partner, so nobody can just simply call it out. Got to play it, and that's a +2. Great teamwork there, Nori and Trey.
Love to see it. Saw the opening. Trey Mallory doing a good job. Huge target. Oh, no way.
That's a bummer. Oh, that's tough.
I think something's going on.
What are they going to discuss here? They're going to replay the point.
Replay the point.
Only a 13-point deficit right now for Team Tampa.
12-point now, almost as many push-ups as I need to do if Tampa comes back. Great backhand on the rise. Inside and forehand. Nori's finding his forehand.
That's incredible balance there. He was going back behind him, still found enough spacing to hit that inside in. Incredible.
The scoreboards are turning yellow, but Jelena keeps this team on the green light as they are firing away.
Would that have been a push-up for me? I'm sorry, I had to cut you off.
Well, I'm going to be honest, I was listening, because I wasn't listening, I was talking.
Wow.
Look at that, high-fiving the team. Now you got to get back fast enough. You got to serve, buddy.
Love to see it. Get up.
What a move. That's a tough one. Oh, he's feeling it now, maybe a little too much.
Time.
That is it. What a fun finish if you are Team Tampa. Yes, Jacksonville has the lead, but Irina Tampa is chipping away.
I think they've just done such a good job with turning things around. Team Tampa just clearly has the momentum going right now. A couple of substitutions in that men's doubles bolt, but Nori and Trey just did such a good job. Nori kind of feeling his forehand a little bit more. A couple of fun shots by Team Jacksonville, but it was all Adam Nori. Incredible job there.
Yeah, his moving at the net was incredible. Combine that with the teamwork with Trey Mallory, but Nori's just moving left and right is incredible. Luke, let's get to that incredible team right there.
I'll tell you, this team has so much awesome chemistry. You guys are down by like 1,000 points in this thing, and you have crawled back. How are you able to do it?
We had a slow start. The other team played really good. They started pretty solid. We started making a lot of mistakes. The girls got us back into it, thanks to them. And then we found our way on the doubles right now. So we're feeling great. We're warm. Everything is flowing right now. So we're loving it. The crowd, it's great. I hope it keeps going this way. So yeah, absolutely.
You had a laser hit right at you. You got substituted in. Go right to the net. It was flying at you. How do you handle that pace?
To be honest, I felt like it was coming. I saw him eyeing me up, so I was ready for it. But yeah, I want to say keep on going. Hopefully get the win.
Hopefully you get the win. You guys got the momentum. Take it in the next ball. We come back, more intense tennis. The match is on the line.
The loudness and the energy, I just couldn't believe it.
I love the energy of the crowd. Let's go!
I'm gonna keep burying you into the ground as fast as I can and as deep as I can.
I enjoy when things get a little saucy.
Give me a freaking break!
Every match you play feels like it's the finals.
Fire. You want fire.
And that's what the fans want to see.
That's what intense tennis is.
We are back, and so is Kristina Wozniak back in action with Annabelle Thomas to start the women's doubles portion. They are serving on the near side, on the far side, Sion Mendez de Souza. This match is close. That volley was not close to going over the net, though, but that's okay. Tampa overall, great job coming back into this match.
Oh,
big for him.
See, I love to see that. There were a couple times earlier today in the match, the challenger match against Atlanta, where during the mix and during the doubles, I just told the team, hey, you want to keep the net player honest, especially if they're moving a lot. Go a few down the line. You want them to stay there. You don't want them to feel confident to where they can just keep poaching on and off. You have to commit to the poach. It felt like as though Kristina Wozniak just didn't really get there.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your tennis pilot speaking. We've reached a cruising altitude of FUN. That's fun. Take off your seatbelts and
we
do
are
the woozy.
all over social media right there with our good old buddy Chip Rally. Hope you're following us on Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook. We are everywhere. We hope you're everywhere with us. We are live on Twitch getting things going. Hope you're in the chat box as Jacksonville has 156 to 146 lead. Only a 10-point lead. Are we going to get to single digits? Yes, we did. I'm holding off all my compliments until I know that point's about to finish in the way that I want. When in doubt.
Yeah, it's a wonderful job there from all 4 players. Just great volleying, great reactions there at net.
Sion taking a lot of those forehand returns down the line. Looks like she might be seeing something or just trusting that big forehand she's got. Almost took an intensifier out. It's not his fault. A great shot by Annabelle. Sliding forehand, Eastern grip from above the shoulder, handled it extremely well.
I like the idea, just didn't give herself enough space there on that forehand, especially if you're moving forward. Court definitely becomes smaller.
Here we are in the women's doubles portion of this match. De Souza, Sion Mendes on the far side. Oh, she's gonna want that one back. Oof. Annabelle Thomas, Christina Wozniak on the near side for Jacksonville. She looks up at the clock moves fast, but I think the players are starting to find their own internal clock and routines in between points. And she is finding that forehand, boom!
Yeah, I love to see it. Saw the opening, absolutely no hesitation there by Christina Wozniak.
Oh, that's tough, right? To try to read how that ball is going to bounce off the frame.
Just aim to the service line, though. You're about a foot from the net.
I think she just totally misread how that ball was going to bounce. That's one of the most important things. Legendary coach Jose Gareth would always talk about. It starts with the eyes. If your eyes can't read the ball very well, then you're not going to understand where to stand. You're going to mistime the ball, and then it is all over, and you're sitting on the sidelines like me. You see both teams off the bench. No one sitting down. What a match we have going on. Great move. We've seen some great moves, just haven't been able to finish.
It can be a little bit difficult, especially with the lighting in this court. If you're not looking at the ball well, it can be a bit tough. You have to commit to that poach.
I love it. Very kind of you. Great coach to always blame the external factors during a match. Keep the confidence of the player high. No, it's not your fault. It's the lights. You got it. You're fine.
Oh, gosh. Not the racket's fault.
No, after the match, you can yell at them. Yes.
Yeah.
We got a timeout coming up here.
Smart play.
Rushing? I feel like I'm rushing. Both of you are trying to go for too much. You're trying to go for too much, both of you. You're moving a lot in the net and be ready for them to go to you. You don't have to go for like actually going for every volley, except if you have the volley for it, okay? When you have Annabelle in the baseline and on the cross forehand, play high on the forehand, okay? And she's gonna try to go down the line. Or she's gonna give you an easy ball on the volley and that's it. Okay? Anytime you fake, you do the cat and mouse. You're moving, yeah? But don't take too much risk. You gotta time. And for now, they're not doing like anything in the net. They're not making any winners. So like just keep playing, be aggressive. Then they will not to try either. They're gonna have a solution. So on the cross, be the stronger on the cross court. Either short angle, deep, change the rhythm, be the stronger. And in the doubles, you move. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you. You're welcome.
There, Yelena with some great coaching there. Cat and mouse, Tom and Jerry, Ratatouille. We'll see what's going to happen as we get back with the women's doubles action. Great point, great moving around back and forth. Pretty good point after a timeout.
100%. I think Sion and De Souza just need to find a little bit more of a chemistry here within themselves and just underhand serve, but couldn't get the point.
But why serve and volley?
You know, if you're not feeling confident on your serve, if you've missed a few, confidence plays a big factor. If you're not feeling it, just go with what works.
Look,
get the point started.
If you go underhand serve and serve and volley, that's a push-up on the spot.
I don't know. I think I like the play. I like the play. If you give it enough sauce on the underhand serve, come on. If you hit an incredible underhand serve, it can be hard to come up with something. But
well, you mentioned something very important. It's something my wife always points out. I got no sauce in my food, so that's why I just want to stay back, keep it simple, grind it out. As Christina, patient there, gets a +2 for Jacksonville.
oh, down the middle solves the riddle, JY.
Yes, it does. +2. Let's see what rhythm and rhyme we're going to get next. Can Tampa continue to chip away? They got it to 9. Back to 17 for Jacksonville. That's not what you want to see. You're Claudio. Oh, almost saw the sauce. Okay, that was
you know
a good
what I'm
one.
talking? Yeah,
all
you
right,
see,
I saw the sauce.
There were a few times where we actually practiced it today before the match, and I saw Tyler Stice just trying to really get enough slice on his underhand serve. Can be tricky.
There's the down the line.
Ooh,
great coaching by Yelena to tell her to be ready, but what a move by Christina. That's just great play, great coaching, great play, great point. 172-154 for Jacksonville.
Just be ready to do a push-up.
Did I say something?
No, I said just be ready to.
No, that's Annabelle's fault. Great poach, great move.
Yeah, it's a great job there by Wozniak, just going to the feet of De Souza, not really allowing her to get the ball back.
It's an interesting matchup, right? Because you have the heavy forehand from Sion going to Annabelle's flat forehand that can really move through the court. Forehands that move through the court like that, if you have a Western forehand, you do not want to see a fastball coming in there.
Nope.
Annabelle, she's stepping up right now, launching those forehands. We are not at Wimbledon with that Eastern forehand, but she sure looks like it.
Yeah, she's doing such a good job with moving the ball around. I don't really feel like De Souza and Sion have really been comfortable at net. As I say that, does that take the push-up away?
No, because you were criticizing and then the +2 came. That's the secret. Criticize, they play better. That whole be nice and all that stuff doesn't work. They want the criticism. We got champions here at the Intense League.
Great ball.
Yes. Getting that heavy forehand above that shoulder with the Eastern forehand. We're about to see these screens turn yellow as we're going to come down to 1 minute left in the women's doubles portion. Mixed doubles next to finish off. It is a 17-point lead for Jacksonville, but it's a couple points going to be a big deal. And with doubles, these +2s are going to really add up. Great offense. There's the +2. Huge, huge.
It's a great job there by De Souza, just making it playable.
Uh-oh.
Interesting play there.
That's, you know, 4 times Sion's gone for the underhand serve. Hasn't worked out. No sauce on that.
No sauce. It was almost a floater.
Needs to put a little more salt. Too plain. Could be an opportunity. Do they try to sneak it in? Don't. Let's see. They're gonna rush it. There's the sauce. She found that salt and pepper beautiful, and that olive oil, and they take that point. Those last couple were very important. 177, 162, Irina. It is going to come down to it. What do you think as we get to look at some highlights from that women's doubles match?
I just think it was a bit of a toss-up, quite a few momentum shifts from Tampa, and I think Team Jacksonville was able to really regain that lead, but Christina Wozniak and Annabelle Thomas just played very, very sound. I think they made some good decisions. Didn't have to play incredible tennis. There was some incredible shots, but I think in the beginning, Sion and De Souza they weren't comfortable out there. And I feel as though Annabelle Thomas and Christina Wozniak did a good job with really utilizing that momentum and just played with a little bit more confidence.
Well, let's continue our momentum here and take it down to Luke, who's got Sion and Day right with him.
Yeah, this team is rock and roll city. That was fantastic. And you had a massive two-pointer on that winner just slamming the overhead. You're all over that net.
Man, that's the game of doubles. You gotta hug the net, hug the middle of the net. You gotta be aggressive.
Well, what makes this team so special?
I think we have a good camaraderie between us, so I think we vibe quite well. That's what makes the team.
What's going on? I'm sorry. What's going on in the huddle right now that you are right in striking distance to take out this team?
Yeah, we're trying to stay focused. We're trying to first time playing together, and we're trying to stay aggressive at the net.
Hey, go get them. Go get them. When we come back, the pressure is now. The intensity is now. Get into it. Thank you.
The loudness and the energy, I just couldn't believe it.
I love the energy of the crowd.
Let's go!
I'm gonna keep burying you into the ground as fast as I can and as deep as I can.
I enjoy when things get a little saucy.
Give me a freaking break!
Every match you play feels like it's the finals.
Fire. You want fire.
And that's what the fans want to see.
That's what intense tennis is.
Here we go, Intense Arena, Decatur, Georgia, mixed doubles, last bowl to the night. It's gonna come down to it. We got Sam Frizzell on the far side with Sion Mendez, Christina Wozniak, Martine Forhengai, Gutierrez on the near side for Jacksonville. 10 minutes left to decide this match. 15-point lead, but that can go very fast in doubles. This is tight. Great point, great moving there.
Christina Wozniak and Martine, they're doing such a good job with just reading the play and just having great court awareness, these two.
Great return by Sam. Oh, she really loaded up for that one. Unfortunately, went a little too far. Quick serving Sion, but at least this time she goes overhand, but still no success with the fast-paced serves.
I don't know. I feel as though it's like a rock and a hard place. You have to make sure that you find your rhythm.
Yeah, it's tough. You know, we have 14 seconds in between points, and it's true server's pace. It looks like we got a foot fault here.
I think they ran out of time. It was too quick to notice.
Too much communication. 181, 165. Tampa has 8 minutes left to put me on the floor here doing push-ups in their comeback.
I feel like Team Tampa just has to tighten it up a little bit, make the balls. Sion Mendez getting a little bit on herself, knowing that she had to make that return.
I wonder when we're going to see Nori Adam back, captain for the Tampa team, because he finished the men's doubles portion extremely well. Are they going to put him back in? He doesn't have a racket in his hand, though, so I don't... Looks not... Great moving around, had the gap, unfortunately pushed that volley a little bit long. A lot of great flow with the teams here, but Jacksonville right now extending their lead, 183-166.
And I like that play. Just keep Martin Gutierrez honest at net. Don't make him feel like he's confident and has a little bit of life in there.
It's in. It's in. And +2, and we are back to one of the biggest leads for Jacksonville. 19-point lead. I'm surprised to see Sam and Sion still in here. We got to either call a timeout. There's 6.5 minutes left. You can't take risks and let things play out here anymore. And Martin, big forehand. I think he got her right on the leg. I think Sebastian's going to say that it might have hit her racket.
I do see a racket in Nori Adams' hand right now. I do see a little bit of communication.
Yoletta looks like she's going to call that timeout to get that in. Let's see if our body language, can we read that?
Yep.
Yep. You got it right.
Been there, done that, JY. You know,
That's
coaches
why
know
you're,
coaches.
That's why you're here, to bring that expert level of insight. Great move right there. Christina with the +2, 190 to 167. And you see Martin there taking a little bit of time, looks up at the scoreboard. The scoreboard does say what side he needs to serve on. If you hit a clean winner, not only does it count as +2, but you have to go back. And then you got to play on the same side. +2 back to Sion. Tampa.
Smart play there, just going right down the middle, taking her time, choosing her spot.
Another +2. That's why you have the racket frame be the most expensive part of the racket. It better help you out when you don't hit the strings.
He'll take that. Oh, he had a ball in his pocket, JY.
Nori had the ball in his pocket.
Hold on.
Nori had the ball in his pocket. Uh-oh.
Oh, there's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on. Welcome to Intense. Sebastian missed it, but there was a call. Let's see how we work this out. We got to get things settled here.
Wait for me.
Touch, touch, touch. Nope.
Smart play. You just see that energy coming from Martine Gutierrez and Christina Wozniak right now. Huge energy, just really elongating that gap of a lead.
Yeah. Great volley. Martine flying around, trying to distract Sion, make her overthink up there, but Sion steady as a rock.
Highest part of the net, yep. Martine knew that, needed to go cross court there.
So we have the 61-60 lead in the overall doubles portion. 193-173, two things at stake. The prize money for the doubles portion of the match. And then you have to decide the overall team winner right now. Jacksonville with a 21-point lead. 3.5 minutes left. This is going to be tough. And it's tough. You have that instinct, right, to reflex, use your racket, but then you pop it up and it's a +2.
And I love to see the energy come from Team Jacksonville right now. You even see Claudia Pistolesi just getting after it.
Martine bringing big energy into this mixed doubles. What a big difference maker with Christina. They're moving around, they're flying around, and they are looking to drink from that cup as it's 197-173. Less than 3 minutes left. Great defense, here we go, great encouragement.
Missed the split step right there. So important. Got to make sure the fundamentals are sound.
198-175. Wozniak serving for Jacksonville on the near side. 2 minutes left. And I think this is just tough. You know, I think Tampa feels that pressure. They know this is starting to slip away, and it was close. They're trying to maintain great energy and positivity, but you can't help but look at the scoreboard and know that this might be over.
You know, I usually can tell the energy of a team when they're not even shaking hands or giving a fist bump after each point. Even if you lose it, you got to make sure that you're there for your teammate, especially on the doubles court.
Does that mean you're going to take some push-ups off my list? Help me out?
Yeah, I'll take some.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, just one.
Great move.
Great play right there. Saw Murray Adam just turn around and get that forehand. Great job by Christina to commit to the poach.
Last minute here of the night. 2:03.177. We have certainly piled on a lot of points today in a short amount of time. I love that they're still playing, sending a message that we're just going to keep going till the end.
Another suggestion for the box, if there's 1 minute left, winners count for 5.
Ah, you're on fire with the suggestion box. Maybe we should hire you. Big forehand. Forehand guy unloading, and this is finishing off. 204-180. He's going to take his time as we are winding this down. And they're going to try to sneak 1 point in. We'll take it all. Let's go for it. And Team Jacksonville. Wow, what a match as they had the lead, came back for Tampa, but then pulled away in that mixed doubles portion. 205-181, also taking the doubles portion of the match, 73-68. Arena, day one, night one. What did you think?
That was incredible. That was a lot of fun. I think that we saw some great tennis. We saw some great tennis right from the beginning. That first bolt from Sam Nicholson and, from the mixed doubles. It was just an incredible job. Martine Gutierrez and Christina Wozniak, they just brought so much energy. I thought the chemistry was so good. They would just communicate it after every single point. And you could see that from the way that they were playing. They were just very confident, a lot of energy throughout that entire bolt.
And we saw Nori trying to make a big push, but Martine flying around Christina, flying around, extremely active, always looking to take those poaches. Even got a little bit of skin on one of those poaches from Martine, and that fire was incredible. Luke, how's that smoke down there?
The pistol is on fire. Do your players know you can't get any more gray hair, right?
Yeah,
you get up to a fast lead, but the other team made a comeback.
Yes, I think we have the same hairdresser. Yeah, so there's no more problem of the color. But I'm very happy, yes, I'm very happy.
What was the difference? Because at the end, you came on strong in the mixed doubles.
Yes, we practice. We practice a lot. We study where to return, especially the girl, understand how to return, and don't be afraid. And but very important, as in every match, to put a lot of serves.
You're one of the best coaches in the world. You've been doing this a long time. You're a great player. But it seemed like your team before, you got them going. You huddled them up. You had the cheers. I mean, your captain, Max, man, the guy's a maniac. Give him a yellow card. He's on fire. But your team responds. What are your feelings about your team?
I'm very proud of them because I asked them 2 things. I asked them to do their best. If you do something in life, you do the best you can. I don't ask them to win. I ask to do the best they can, number one. Number two, to play as a team. There's one player there. No matter who is on court, all of us are playing. I feel I play. I'm exhausted. Okay, I lost 2 kilos today, which is good. Because you want to be one player. You know, this makes a big difference in team competition.
What makes the Intense League so special?
We don't have time to explain all the benefits. time, you know, that is how long it lasts. You can play with a clock. This is great. I never experienced in the regular tennis. I think also the simplify the counting. Also, everything is equal, men and women, so it's very equal. And so many other things. You know, to play 2 points winners means you have to make the game. You cannot wait. You have to open the court and try to make the 2 points. You don't win if you don't make enough 2 points. It's very important, the doubles, which I love. So I'm forgetting at least another 10 things, but we have no time. And now I'm so happy to be clean in my mind.
Congratulations, keep winning, JY. We've got it going, baby.
Let me add to be with you here after we played in the 80s.
Back in the days, man, when we had hair.
Yeah,
when we had hair, it was unbelievable, JY.
My nickname was the Black Panther. Now I'm the Pink Panther.
The Bald
The Pink
Panther.
Panther.
The Bald Panther. Ale!
Forza Italia.
All right, well, it's an honor for us to be here with you as we look at the match summary, getting started with the men's portion of the day. You know, Sam Nicholson there, Irina, 33-10 lead to get his team started. Continued it, winning that second bolt, 29-17, and that was the Sam Nicholson show. 83-51 in the beginning. That was an incredible lead to give his team. And then as we got into the women's portion of the match, we were wondering how they were going to come back from that. It's tough with the scoreboard and that pressure. How are they going to do it? Were they going to press? And we didn't see that. When we got to the women's portion, they actually played point by point, steady Eddie. Very close first bolt, 16-17. But then that second one where Sion really came in, found her footing, 29-11, 17-21, not a big deal. They still win that 62-49, and they gave themselves a chance as we got into the doubles.
They absolutely did, and I think that's what also catapulted them going into that men's doubles and the women's doubles. I mean, I felt as though Nori, Adam, and Trey Mallory did such a good job with using the momentum from that women's singles, and I think it really carried on after that. But I think it was just Team Jacksonville was just too good and just too consistent the entire time, and you knew that they were going to be a tough team to compete against tonight.
Yeah, just such great resiliency. They came back, get to 205 to 181, but really that just happened in the last few minutes. We came into that mixed doubles bolt, and what a seesaw. I mean, with this scoring format and the +2s, the team substitutions to be able to stop some momentum, and that's what we saw. That the good coaching for Yelena didn't work out for her at first, but she kept with the process, got them back in the match. But geez, when they got down to that women's doubles and then especially in the mixed doubles, Martine, Christina flying around.
I think Martina and Christina just have such great team chemistry, and they just played as if they've been playing their whole life, and they just kept that momentum going. They really utilized the fans, and I think that the energy from the very beginning, they just didn't really turn it off, and that really helped them today.
Well, for all the fans that love today, they're going to be able to come back tomorrow.
Right.
2 p.m. if you can be here in person in the Intense Arena in Decatur, Georgia, or live on Twitch. We are going to be back as Jacksonville takes on Atlanta. From all of us here at the Intense League, I'm JY Obone, Irina Falcone-Harman. Thank you for kicking off opening night.
Tennis is alive. Don't believe the headlines, because the inaugural season of Intense is here, and it's loud, fast, and electric as
Let's go!
Intense is pro tennis sped up for a new generation of fans with attention spans that aren't exactly what they used to be.
Let's go!
A 14-second serve clock. No waiting for your opponent to be ready. Serve till you lose a point. And scoring features normal counting. No love, no deuce, just real numbers. Intense means more pace and more action, making matches absolutely relentless. In only 90 minutes, that's all.
Stick together, guys. Stick together. All right, focus, focus.
We've got teams from Tampa, Jacksonville, and Atlanta, all with 6 players on their roster, 3 men and 3 women. Because matches include men's and women's 1v1 in doubles, and we have mixed doubles. Points accumulate across each, so everyone contributes. And to house all of this energy, enter the Intense Arena in Atlanta. With music and lights, quiet isn't really a thing here. You want to stand up and cheer? Bring it whenever you want, however loud you want. Because if players and coaches are going to get into it,
there's no way we're going to lose this. Give me a freaking break.
Why shouldn't fans? That's intense.